This is Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. Also online at theticketfm.com. On the internet, KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket. Wake up, Lincoln.
Come on, it's 6 o'clock. Rise and shine, rise and shine.
It's time for Early Break, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's Jake Sorensen.
Did seem kind of meh.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
Surprisingly good.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
I want to buy a couple ducks. I'm bringing 2 ducks to the office.
This is Early Break.
Good morning. Happy Monday to you, Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Second time we're at our brand new studio at 1040 O Street. Just finagle with it. Just work with it. You're not cutting in and out. It's just your headset. We're fine. We're glad we're right here at 1040 O Street.
You can hear me?
I can hear you perfectly. You sound like $1 million.
Okay.
It's like $1 million.
It keeps changing.
Sip, can you hear your headset at all? Okay, you got it figured out there?
Yes.
Bill, I would advise you just to kind of wiggle with it there, Bill.
That usually helps the best of the electronics.
It does. You got to wiggle with
brand
it.
Brand new $48 million setup and wiggle with it.
It's a work in progress. You never figure it out off the bat. You think things get a little dicey off the bat.
I just don't want to break things.
And I appreciate that.
No stealing, no breaking.
No stealing.
I almost got arrested. Jake tried to prove.
There's missing tooth Greg. We have a break. Look at him wandering around out here.
He's on. You know what he's on?
Look at him.
He's on drone patrol.
Yeah.
He's looking for the drones.
He is drone security.
So after our show on Friday, we got a tweet from a guy named Tyler who has the drone. He put out a beautiful video on Twitter, and it has Bill saying, "We have a drone. Oh God, we have a drone." And then we talk about the government and all that stuff.
The government,
and then the video ends.
Government.
I think Iran mass produces drones, so that's something to keep in mind.
Thank you.
They produce drones like fireworks. So,
like Missouri produces fireworks.
Yeah, keep that in mind, please. Hey, Greg, I think Greg stopped, said hi, and then moved on. He offered to be in charge of drone security in case we ever feel threatened.
Did you talk to him while you were doing your evening lawn?
My evening lawn care. He brought by some pork rinds.
Nice.
Pork. What do you call them? Pork
rinds.
Rinds. Pork
rinds. Pork loin would be something you would have on a grill.
Pork.
Yes.
He brought by some pork rinds.
What are you guys grilling? Pork rinds.
Stop. He brought by some pork rinds from Missouri. They're exquisite.
Do me a favor. I'm doing a roll call here because it's a Friday, but I do want to make sure it's this day 2 of our show at 11th and O, northwest corner of 11th and O, 1040 O Street. Can you hear us? Is my question. Can you hear us on the video stream? Can you see us? 402-464-5685. Until we're totally comfortable in our new digs and we know exactly what's going on, I'm going to have to ask people if you can hear us. I know right now the stream is having a little glitch, but is the FM on? If you're listening via the FM, can you hear us?
Nice.
Be very helpful
on
to the show.
On Twitch.
YouTube is up via East Lincoln West.
Thank you.
So that's good.
Okay,
East Lincoln West says YouTube is up and working. Can you hear us on the FM, 93.7 FM? Can you hear us that way? We are working on the stream, apparently. I can't do anything about that at all.
I have a little transistor radio I'm going to start to bring in.
Rick Heyman says he can hear and see us on YouTube, so that's a great thing.
Thank you. I drove by Rick Heyman's store today.
Did you? We would do that every day, probably. He's right down the street. He's literally a block away.
He's that way, not that way.
FM is down.
He's east of. Oh, FM's down.
So just YouTube. I guess get to YouTube right now until we figure this out. 402-464-5685. Thank you. You guys are going to be our lifeline. I can't see the FM here. I can't see the stream. I can only hear from you guys if it's working or not working.
I'm bringing a little radio in.
Yes, that would be very nice.
I am. That's an FM AM, a little radio. I'm bringing that in. Then we know.
I wish I still had my loudmouth too. My loudmouth too was AM, FM, and 8-track portable.
Where is it? What happened to it?
It was time.
Just lost in the shuffle.
Well, it'd be over 45 years old, so it makes sense. And I don't carry 8 tracks much with me anymore.
No, but you got the AM, FM. You got Michigan Bowling Green.
I would pop them up I'd pop the Big Mouth 2 up in the bathroom.
Okay.
Because that was the window you could pop up through the screen to play the music while I shot hoops.
Perfect.
That was where I shot hoops.
Perfect.
Yes. Listen to some Foghat.
Better times.
Yes,
Better times. Better times.
Slow ride.
Better times. Well, do you want to get some idle chit chat before we get into the football game of the weekend? Anything more from that?
Check that out, by the way.
Yeah, it was a
big double dump.
A truck coming by, a semi.
Don't tell me you've never almost accidentally slid between them as they passed.
I'd like to know from the breakers if I was wrong last night. My wife is awesome. Was trying to help, but she got upset with me.
About what?
Domestic.
She got upset with me. No, she got upset with me. No,
it's fair to ask the question
because we have a system that she does wake me up but she woke me up with, "What are you doing?" Well, what happens is I get in these weird dreams and I try to wake myself up, and I know I'm trying to. So I start running my feet and I start making some really weird noises. I start yelling like that in my sleep. And she finally woke me up. She's like, "What are you doing?"
Yeah.
I'm like, "Well,
that's what I do.
I don't have control of myself at that time. I'm just trying to wake myself up. And so I don't think I should.
Was it a scary dream?
Was that? Yeah, it was a scary dream. Yeah.
Can you take us there?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. I was going through the house and things were kind of jacked up and I was worried about Gigi. And I reached in to turn the light on in her room just to check on her. And someone grabbed my hand.
That's serious.
So that's when I freaked out.
That's serious.
That's when I freaked out.
Okay, that's a good.
So I started making a bunch of noises and running my feet.
Oh, that's
yeah.
Hey,
I'm telling you right now,
this is fun.
When you go down that rabbit hole, and then all of a sudden, that was probably. Now I'm out.
No, just wiggle with it.
I'm good. Okay,
come on, Anthony.
And then I
Anthony Grant.
Then I went down. I'm down again.
Just hold on, you got to probably touch.
Show some wiggle.
You got to wiggle.
I'm wiggling.
You got to be
getting jiggy with it.
Prime time performer over there.
You got to get jiggy with it.
Anyway, all was safe. We're safe.
All right.
Yes.
But I'm glad you shared that dream.
Yeah.
That's an interesting one. Like someone grabbed your hand.
Someone grabbed my hand.
Yeah, that's scary.
That's when I freaked out.
Was it a male hand? You can usually tell.
It was
a male hand.
It's a large hand. Yes.
See, I'd like to. I wonder what the genesis of this dream is. There's always some genesis.
Has to do something with unemployment. I'm assuming.
I don't know. You got to go to that card. I was thinking maybe something deeper in your childhood.
Well, also,
was there any break-in?
No, I think it had to be some form of food, maybe like that, because I smoked ribs for the first time in my life.
Oh, congratulations!
Yes.
How'd that go?
Went really well.
Good job.
Yes, Layton was over, Liv was over, so it was a big event.
Yeah,
it's a big event. It took about 6 hours.
Jiminy Christmas.
Yes. I'll go to hell. I'll go to hell.
Yeah. Okay, but what kind of ribs we talking about?
Baby back ribs.
Baby back
from the pig.
Nice.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
And what did you have? What were the accoutrements?
We had.
That's a good. Wow, that's a word.
It wouldn't be a condiment. That would be like a side show.
I might have messed it up.
Yes,
what did you have with the damn ribs?
Cheesy potatoes and a salad.
Nice. Okay. Good.
I focused on the meat section of the meal.
As a dude would.
Yes, exactly.
Let Laura handle the
light stuff. The light stuff.
The rabbit stuff.
Yes. But it was very
Laura's the best.
She is. So
she is the best.
She also does know, I will give her this. She knows to not nudge me to wake me. It's a full-on assault.
Is it?
Oh, yeah. She attacks. It's a double-handed shake and punch. She knows that's what it takes her to get me up. So she doesn't do the old hey.
What time was it?
Hey, about 2:40.
Oh God, did you get back to sleep?
No, not till about 4 till about 4:20.
So you got a quick nap in.
Yeah, that was it. Because when you wake up, you're kind of on a little bit of adrenaline rush.
All right.
Yeah, you're kind of going on that. So anyway, that's idle chit chat.
There's some idle chit.
Sponsored by Newton's Lawn Care. They call them today for a winterizer application and get ahead for 2024 for a fertilizer.
Get ahead.
If anyone's looking for Andrew right now, go to my house. He's already there.
Right now,
he's at my house
at 6:09 a.m.
Yeah, he's aerating and doing some top seeding.
Well, Andrew? Well, go to hell indeed.
Yeah. So if you're trying to
we got to quit saying.
No, we're not.
If you're trying to get a hold of Andrew, swing over there.
Okay.
How's the FM?
The FM's not on. But again, we have a lot of people watching on YouTube and Allo and Facebook and Twitch and Twitter, so that's great. If you want to watch an Allo channel 951. You can watch us there, and you can watch us on all the video streams. We're working like $1 million there. We're working on the app and the FM. Apparently, the moment that I put us in the live broadcast, things went to hell with the FM stream. So that's why I've been texting Rebecca and Eric and Josh as I've been over here the whole time. So, but we can still, for those watching on YouTube, we got a game to discuss. 402-464-5685.
And what game's that?
Ever since we moved into the studio at 11th-0, Nebraska's 1-0. How about that? We're the good luck
charm.
That
is a mojo.
That is mojo.
Right there.
Nebraska plays Northern Illinois on Saturday, 6 p.m. kickoff. Huskers take it 35-11. It was a game that Nebraska was up 14-3 at halftime. Nebraska had an early score on a short field drive there. Nebraska that goes up 7-0 just about 5 minutes into the game, and they never look back, despite a scary moment where the Huskers get sacked inside their own. Or this guess it was a. Did he get sacked? Was he going for a pass?
You would use the term in coaching. You would say sack fumble.
Sack fumble.
That's what you'd say in coaching.
So Heinrich Haarberg has a sack fumble at Nebraska's own 5. Nebraska's defense pushes them back. They get a field goal. That's a huge win in that moment for Nebraska, who is, that's
somewhat
a
of
tough
an
situation.
interesting play on third down by the Huskies. The quarterback just fell down.
Oh, that's right.
He just fell down.
He saw Big Nash come. He saw the polar bear.
Yeah, there was only one that close to him. He just fell down.
Well, the polar bear was ground.
That could be true.
You might fall down too.
Yes.
Hey, by the way, if people just want to come down here, the
FM's up. Everything's up. We're good. We're good. Everybody's good.
I like Sipple's plan better. Everyone coming down.
Just come down. And
come down.
Live audiences.
We don't need radio.
Don't need it.
Just come down.
We're gonna do it different. We're gonna do it a little different.
All right. So now everyone can hear us on FM stream and the YouTube stream. We're all good to go. So we can.
We had to
carry
probably
on
get a lot of text on that.
We did. I got a lot of texts. I'm glad you guys don't see those because it'd be distracting.
Yes,
so I'll keep it over here.
I'm not.
Yes, great job. A great win by the Huskers. I'd call it a perfect storm. The Nebraska played extremely well, so you can't take that away from me. They played extremely well in all 3 phases of the game. That was good. And then it was one of those situations where I felt it was such a good confidence booster. I think we'd all agree about 4 minutes into the game, and I know Jake's probably going to talk about his comments throughout the game.
Yeah.
But 4 minutes into the game, you realize there is no chance that you could lose the game.
Okay, Sip, I want to tell you something. I'm in Northeast Stadium, and if anybody was around me, they will confirm this was what I said. And
Jake was texting me at 1:30 about this.
I had a lot of texts.
Yes.
Here, you know what bothers me a lot in this life, and I've seen a lot for my teams, for Nebraska in the past. I get really pissed at bad quarterback play. I mean, Rocky Lombardi was horrific on Saturday. Now there were about 6 drops on decent passes that were not his fault, but the other passes he threw, he was terrible. He was 11 for 28 in this football game.
He got 73 yards.
He had a quarterback rating of, I believe it was, I looked at it was like 4 or 7, something like that. He was terrible. And
and then when he did throw a ball that was good, they dropped it.
Right. So the rare case he threw a good football, it was incomplete. Yeah. The other passes were all terrible and nowhere near the receiver. So you got lucky you had a horrendous quarterback out there. He was horrific. I'm sorry for Husky fans. You got to see that. But guess what? The last drive, they put in a guy who's competent, Hampton, and that should be your starter going forward. I'm just going to tell Thomas Hammock, hey, that's your dude. Hampton is your guy. Don't ride Lombardi. Don't ride that guy.
I would have to agree with that.
So what did you think about Lombardi?
Lombardi,
quarterback for Northern Illinois.
Yeah, 73 yards.
Again, I'm going to make sure let's go back to this real quick. Give Nebraska so much credit on defense for being lined up, playing hard, doing the right thing. But I'm going to ask Steve Sipple for how many you started covering Nebraska. What, you're 95?
Full time
95. Dabbled in it maybe earlier than that.
Yeah,
dabbled.
Yeah, it's good.
Dabbled in
good.
it. Okay. Have you seen a more strained or difficult watching offense
in Northern Illinois
to ever play it?
It
Seldom.
was
I
terrible.
thought Nebraska looked like the Joe Montana 49ers compared to Northern Illinois. Yeah, they didn't have much going at all. They rushed for 20 some yards and threw for 73. Yeah. I mean, Nebraska got a pretty good defense.
Yeah, they did. Nebraska, I keep saying that this has a lot to do with Nebraska. It does. But I go back to say they scored the same number of points against Southern Illinois.
Right.
That's what it tells you. But here's the miracle. We'll get back to Nebraska more. How did they beat Boston College, who took Florida State to the wire?
BC loses by 2 points at home to
The
Florida
Hawks and the
State.
Seminoles.
It was 31-29.
And they
Florida
had the
State.
ball. And they had the ball driving. They had the ball.
Boston College.
How did they?
Boston
Yeah,
College.
how did they lose to Northern Illinois?
That's a good
What
question.
happened week 1? Jeff Hafley?
There's something I've got.
What happened,
Jeff
Hafley?
Hafley.
I've got to go back and watch that game.
You
'cause
should.
That has to be incredible theater.
Yeah.
It has to be incredible. Is the FM on?
It is.
Nice.
Everything's good to go.
Nice.
We're good. We're
I don't have
rolling.
any coffee. And here's the key. Here's what's funny.
Here, you
We-
can have some of mine.
I have no coffee.
You want this? You
That'd
want
be
to
awesome.
swing?
Drink right off of your glass.
Now here's the deal.
There's no coffee, but we broadcast.
It's
from
like grapes of wrath.
If you-
we broadcast from a coffee shop.
If you want to, there is coffee. I did get some coffee, and Bill refused
broadcast
to.
from his coffee shop.
Bill refused to drink the coffee because I didn't have the Cinnamon Toast Crunch creamer. Now, in the weekend it's been of moving stuff, I forgot to go get the creamer from the station, which I
Right.
will get today and bring it back here. So we have that tomorrow.
We are in transition.
So Jake says, he goes, "Hey, just rifle through the stuff at the mill.
I didn't say rifle. I
Rifle
said-
through whatever
I
they
did-
got."
I
And
did
go,
not
"I don't
say
know if
the
they're
words
probably on
rifle."
camera like that. Then I'm thinking, like, I'm walking by, I'm like, I could have mistakenly grabbed a crumb cake, and all of a sudden I'm fired.
Did he say rifle or did he say pilfer?
I'm not sure which one he
Just
said.
Pilfer.
The point is, though, I don't think the mill would have had a problem if you had it just poured a little bit of cream. I put it right back in. We got out of their way. It's not going to be a habit we make here,
Yeah.
but I think today they would have understood.
They would have understood.
I didn't have our creamer, but you can use theirs.
Okay, let's talk Husker football.
Yeah, talk-
Okay, so
talk-
Nebraska wins.
better
Nebraska
talk
wins
about Harvard.
35-11. Yes.
Here's what I want to start off with.
I have some audio, by the way.
For you two guys that are brilliant,
I'm brilliant.
is when you're trying to judge this out and you're looking at things,
Okay.
you have to be able to say that probably his test was not as hard.
Oh, it wasn't.
It was at home against a lesser team
Mhm.
that you kind of had you're going to win the game no matter what.
Mhm.
So that's a lot going on when you're trying to say, okay, when you try to compare the two. We all know it's going to be a tough situation for a head coach, coordinator, but when you're looking at the two, it is very hard to say that this was all the same. It's a different situation.
It wasn't. However, there was a little pressure for
Absolutely.
Nebraska, and I thought Harburg handled the scene, the situation, the challenge, I'd say exceptionally well. I mean, warm-ups to how he commanded the huddle, they huddle now, to how he commanded the offense, to how he commanded himself in the post game. The whole picture looked really good to me with Heinrich Harburg.
Let's hear from the head man himself. Matt Rule commented after the game. Thoughts on Heinrich Harburg's performance on Saturday night?
I think he did what he was called upon to do. Like the rest of the team, there's a lot of things to improve. There were some throws, some throws where third down, I think one of the key, at one point we were 1 for 7 on third down, right? So that was one of the big things that was holding us back. And I thought, we settled down and got some third downs later in the drive. His ability to, run the quarterback draw, won the quarterback options. We started the game off with an option. I thought, that wasn't done for anything other than just we wanted to get Heinrich going. And that slows down people's blitz packages. But there were some pivotal plays. Like there was I don't know if it was Ramir, who it was. They brought max blitz and we checked into a quick little tailback screen. And early on in the first half, we beat the blitz. And then second half, we hit Gabe. Gabe stepped in. All those are Ramir's jobs, and Gabe stepped in. So I thought Heinrich did some really high level things. We'll just keep working.
I don't think this is going to be a surprise to anyone, but the fact that Harburg has 21 carries, he has 24 pass attempts, and he had 1 turnover, which was again a strip sack. He had no chance in that play. Basically,
Really.
He didn't throw any picks. He didn't make the big mistake besides the one, and he moved the ball effectively. I thought in the game.
That was, come on, the turnover stat was a key. Nebraska was even.
Yep.
It was 1-1, so that's a huge victory. They were even, but that is a huge victory for them because they were -6 going in.
Yikes!
So yeah, they're -6. They had 8 turnovers for the first 2 games. Yeah, now I don't know. We don't know what's going to happen with the quarterback position. Now there's a conversation to be had. Conversation is easier and more pleasant after a win. But they're going to have to make a decision at some point. It was interesting to me that Sims was warming up. He didn't have a brace or wrap on his ankle. Now it was clear he wasn't going to be the starter though. He's like 5th in line during drills and but I don't know, he moved okay. I don't know what the deal is, but they're going to have to, the point is they're going to have to make a decision at some point this week, right?
I would, yeah, but
You can have 2. Well, you could have 2 quarterbacks.
probably fairly early on, I would believe. Probably
Think
going to
so?
be. I think it's going to be one of the situations where the head coach is probably going to be, this is our guy because he was our guy prior to this, doesn't lose it through injury, or he's played well, this has happened. So those things happen also. It happened last year at Kansas State. Where Martinez gets hurt.
Yeah.
They bring in
Howard,
and Martinez got healthy again, but Howard was playing really well, so they stayed with Howard. And so you never know how that's going to play out. But I think you have to make a pretty good call in that one pretty quickly, probably, to say this is who's leading our team.
Yeah, I think for Nebraska, the thing is, the compliment for Jeff Sims has been he's a good runner, right? We like the way Jeff Sims runs. Well, did you like the way that Harburg ran on Saturday?
Loved it. I mean, it's an interesting conversation because he doesn't slide. As I told you guys last week, he's not sliding. He barrels into people. He's 6'4". He says he vacillates between 215 and 225. So 220, 6'4", 220, and he can really run it. I mean,
he embraces contact.
He gets those big old feet going. He got big feet, by the way, but he gets them going. He embraces contact. I think that puts a charge into the team. I think the fan base likes that. I did hear some guys saying he should slide. He should slide.
Whoa! Wow!
How'd they say it?
Wow!
How'd they say it? And who said that way?
Yeah.
I want a name.
Who's the
Give me a
guilty
name.
party here?
Give me the name who said it. So you're in the press box. Who said it? Who said it like that?
Guilty party.
Yeah, how was that?
Needs to get down.
Come on.
It's not his style. But anyway, yeah. And he threw the ball. There were moments where he threw it really well. What did he end up? 14 for 24.
That's correct.
158.
You got it. 2 touchdowns, no picks, 1 sack.
Yeah, and he threw some dimes. That ball on 3rd and long to Fedoni along the sideline was good. Fedoni's getting going. They're getting Fedoni going a little bit. 4 catches for 42 yards. He's critical because he gives you a little bit of something downfield. They don't throw it downfield very much because they don't have much to throw to downfield. But he got on the opening drive. He hit that 26-yarder to Marcus Washington, which I thought the first drive was critical for Harburg because it got him him going.
Let's take it right there because Matt Rule addressed that post game about scoring early. How important was that for the team psyche, the mojo? Here's Matt Rule post game on that drive.
I think we needed that. I mean, again, I'm not a big start fast guy because you're sitting there 7-3 and then you're 7-0, all of a sudden you fumble the next drive and it's like, all right, what's next? But I think our team probably needed a little juice like that, and our team needed that. And then I was proud that there was kind of some lulls after that, and then we sort of found because we're just kind of growing up together. When you have it's not like we're a team that can't run the ball, so we run the quarterback. Like we're an zone option team. Like we're going to do that. Like it's part of our offense. So I don't care who the leading rusher is. You know what I'm saying? Like we're going to run all those guys. And I thought those guys learning that people are going to play it differently every week, and you just have to keep probing until you find the right thing. Like finding the 4 wide zone read. We had a couple where if he pulls it would have been a touchdown. He finally pulled it and we were out. So I was proud of all.
They did sputter a little bit in the first half, but in the second half they got going. They rushed for 128 in the third, 128 yards in the third, and Nebraska rushed for 96 in the fourth. And Harburg and their quarterback was playing well. So the second half was good.
The game hinged on the play you talked about. Not hinged. There's never a chance of losing. The big play that made it end up being a game where everybody walked away feeling extremely well was the 3rd and 14 to Fedoni on the scramble. If they don't get that would have been about 1 for 10 or 1 for 9 on 3rd down.
Okay.
They were not really backed up, but they were not in good field position.
No, they weren't.
So if they punt the ball and do a decent job at that would have been – so the game could have ended up maybe 21, 24-3, and you're not just ecstatic over it. But that made that play that led him to be able to go down and be able to get a touchdown.
Speaking of Thomas Fedoni, I think maybe for the first time in the history of football, a player shushed the home crowd.
I was going to say that. I saw that.
So here's the deal. Here's the deal. Thomas Fedoni has taken a lot of backlash from Husker fans for not being able to, for being injury prone, for bringing the top tight end in the country in his class, coming to the Husker trying to be a big playmaker and missing 2 seasons basically. Yeah. So there's been a lot of people saying, "Oh, he's never going to play, never be any good." So Thomas Fedoni scores a touchdown, and in Memorial Stadium, his own home crowd shushes the crowd.
He's not used to being in the end zone.
He didn't know. He panicked.
He panicked. Yeah, he might have panicked. You might have. I didn't notice.
Thomas,
He
these guys
shushed
like
the
you.
crowd.
Thomas, these guys like you. This is your team, man.
They're on
Be
your
cool,
side.
bro. Be cool, Thomas.
Where's Northern Illinois? I don't even know where Northern Illinois is. Where's that school?
DeKalb.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Okay, I was
Saw the
thinking
whole
Southern.
hat things. That's why we have 70 DeKalb hats.
Wait a second. I was thinking it was Southern Illinois.
Oh,
that
for
was
Christ.
Oh, my.
Carbondale.
That was
Carbon.
the first. That's how the whole thing started.
Okay. all
We
right.
did a
And I
game
said-
show.
And then I said,
Bill had the school right. He had
All
the
right.
town. He says, by the way, can we get some
DeKalb
gear?
seed hats.
And the gifts
Okay.
kept
Gifts
flowing.
and we'd like
forever
some more.
Yeah, there's
Some sort of winter wear.
There's some trivial things.
Oh,
that
yeah,
get
we need
by.
some winter hats.
Winter wear.
Beanies. Not
Beanies.
not with the tassel on top.
The one you
apparently.
were with the big.
Anyway, Fedoni's important. He's
He is.
important to this
Yes.
offense. And you know what? Anybody that's good at all is important to this offense.
That's kind of a
well,
shot.
No, wait, no, it's
Wow.
not. It's not.
What do you mean by that,
Yeah,
Sid?
well, I will try to dig myself out of this.
Thanks, please
They're not loaded down with skill talent on this team. They're not. They have some guys that are fine, but come on. I mean, you talk to people. I talk to people. I talk to everybody from Eric Crouch to my grandson, and they say the same things. Man, they're not very good offensively. So, I mean, am I breaking new ground here, Jay?
It was, like I said, again, everything went great for him. At the one turnover, yes, but they were able to get Anthony Grant involved again.
They got
So
Grant.
they got
involved.
Grant back in the game, which because everyone knows you're going to have
They
him.
got their best running back in the
Yeah.
game, Anthony Grant. That's right.
So he was back and moving, less turnovers. Like I said, ran the football, yardage was good. I think, which how could you not be that Northern Illinois just got gassed on defense.
Yep, Nebraska. That's
Yeah.
what they want to do. They
Yeah.
they want to throw those body blows that wears
Yeah.
the team
I
down.
think
They
also
did.
because the other side of the ball was the biggest issue. When you don't get a first down on the other side of the ball.
right. They
When
didn't-
you're on the field the entire game. And
They
then you
were-
don't have a lot of depth.
they had that Northern Illinois finished with 12 first downs.
They had under 100 yards going to their final drive, which was a touchdown. They were under 100 total yards. By the way, from the text line, Joe was in my section apparently,
Yes.
and he says, "I heard Jake loud and clear. Jake was not quiet about his feelings towards Rocky Lombardi."
You were talking openly about that.
Oh, I was yelling. I said, "This guy's terrible. Your quarterback sucks." It was yelling.
Oh, okay, I didn't know this.
No,
I didn't know this.
If
No.
anybody,
I don't know what to say.
That
right
was-
Jay,
I get angry at bad quarterback play.
evidently.
This is not high
Yes,
school.
evidently.
I did tweet during the game. Now this is probably a little extreme. I said that Lombardi was not started at Beatrice High School.
You sent the text and you put it out on the Twitter.
On the Twitter
He's
machine.
competing for a job at Gordon Rushville today for starting quarterback.
Listen, we don't want to. Let's give the defense a little credit.
Yeah, I've given the kid.
Yeah, we're giving him credit. There's no
I'm
doubt.
giving
But,
him credit.
but just the
A little
time
bit
when
of
he when said the drops, the throw, it was they literally had no chance. And
Rocky-
again, they scored 11 points against Southern
bad.
Illinois.
He's just
Rocky's
bad.
25 years old. He's
He's
in his seventh year.
time
He's
to
getting
go.
tired.
It's time
He's
to go.
tired.
He's a tired horse.
It's time to go, Rocky.
He's just a big, tired white horse.
But how they beat Boston College to me is just
That's the upset of the
mind-boggling.
year right now.
Right
That's
now, upset of the
year.
Upset of the year when you see the two teams play.
But man, I'll tell you what, Nebraska needed this because of what Bill was saying last week. I mean, if you lose, it's no different than in College Station or Tuscaloosa or South Bend or Knoxville or I'm going to keep naming teams if you don't stop.
Yeah,
we got
keep
the
going.
gist. We got the gist. Thank you very much.
And no different.
Iowa City.
If you go to 0-3 with a home loss to Northern Illinois, we have a you know what show on our hands.
Yep. You know,
Right.
like
And we
Hit.
didn't even
Hit
come
show.
close to that.
No.
So that's that. I mean, I think this kind of resets the season a little bit. You kind of, I just can't help but think this would have been a better situation to play this game first.
Yes.
This game first. Get your feet under you a little bit with the new coaching staff. Didn't work out that way. Now, now and again, you're resetting, and you hope that there's progress again this week. I think the defense. It looks to me like the defense will come to play every week. It looks like
Agreed.
you're very familiar with the personnel, Bill. It's a good group of dudes. These
Yep.
dudes are dialed in. Reimer, Henrik, those guys. You watch them. Polar Bear.
He played well.
Well,
Nash
he
had
six
a great
tackles.
game.
Yeah, he was disruptive up
He was
front. You don't always see that, by the way, like tackles for loss by the nose tackle. So yeah, they're locked in. And the back ends, those guys are dudes. Newsom almost had a pick. Gifford's going to come to play all the time. You can see, Bill, that they are locked in. Yeah. Like they were with you.
There's a lot of veteran players.
Yeah.
There's a lot of veteran players.
They were locked in last year. This isn't, when people talk about the defense, I always say, no, wait a second. This isn't that surprising. This is the way they were playing last year at the end of the year.
They played well. They did a nice job. They did this, but this new staff has done an incredible job with them.
Here's Matt Rule after the game. He challenged the defense to lead the team. Here's Rule post game on that.
Yeah, I mean, I challenge the defense. Like, think of this as a defensive team. When you play defense, people will often say it was an ugly game because everyone just wants to see offense. But I mean, they're fun to watch. They're fun to be around, and they played to the very end. Unfortunately, and credit to them. They did just what I know they did just what we did last week. They played to the end. Thomas Hammock wants to go win the MAC, and he's got his team ready. So I thought that was great by them. But I think for us, it allows you to say, hey, we can even if we go 3 and out here, we can trust our defense. We just wanted to protect the ball tonight, and after that early turnover, I thought we did, and just let the runs accumulate. Let the field position tilt. But, we had some aggressive passes. We hit the first play of the game, or second play of the game, whatever it was. We hit Marcus. I thought that really loosened things up early. We hit Fedoni down in the end zone on the pop, on the pass. So we let Heinrich spin it a little bit more than maybe we thought we would. But again, they were kind of doing some things to take away some runs. So, but the defense gives us a lot of confidence to play that way.
So that's the identity. This team's identity starts with defense. It's got to be special teams too. How was special teams in your estimation?
I thought it was very solid. It was that. I don't think there was a lot of times with special teams is that's a good day to be just like no one's talking about you. Yes, you like to have a big return, a block punt, but they had what I call a dagger punt where they pinned Northern Illinois down at the 2 or 3 yard line. Okay. A great punt by Brian Buschini and a great job by Phelan Sanford on being able to get that done. So all those little things, those add up a bunch. And I would imagine that they won. I'm sure they won the hidden yardage. So they won the hidden yardage. So I think that part was they did everything they're supposed to do. And then big plays or great plays come when you do what you're supposed to do. And then they come. Then just like I said, some things happen that way, and that's the way it works.
Guys, it's got to be defense and special teams. It's got to go together. I mean, Nebraska's a little challenged offensively, and when they play good defense, they'll show up more. Now, but you can win that way. But I just emphasize you got to have both of them going. You can't just win. This team's not going to win many games with just one. Yeah, right. You got to have both of them going, or like Bill said, at least have special teams, not lose the game for you and play solid.
At Colorado, defense again folded in the second half. Offense didn't help them out. Special teams was bad that day.
Yeah.
Week 1, offense didn't do enough. The fumbles hurt. The picks hurt. Obviously, 3 picks for Jeff Sims in that game. That hurt. Special teams was okay, not great that game.
Defense they're pretty good. They were pretty good in
game
the
1.
Opener. Yeah, they had the big return. That's what got them the 1 score.
And again, that's a game you should win. But 4 turnovers is hard to overcome when the offense is not scoring.
Oh, the defense and the special teams played well enough at Minnesota to win.
Yeah, absolutely. Win. Yeah,
they did. Yep. See, it's frustrating. The turnovers clouded everything, as Satterfield pointed out last week. The turnovers clouded any progress, any semblance of progress they had. By the way, as far as that offense goes, you got to watch that Ramir Johnson injury. He started the game.
I didn't see that.
I don't know what happened to him.
I know he didn't play.
Didn't play second half.
Yeah.
He was in street clothes the second half. I don't know what happened. So you got to watch Ramir Johnson and Lenhart. Those guys, and I guess to a certain extent, Gabe Irvin got dinged up, but he was in the post game doing interviews, so he couldn't have been that bad.
Yep.
But Ramir, I don't know. You got to watch it. They need those 3 veteran dudes at running back on this team.
When we come back, the best and the worst of the rest of the action in college football this weekend. Next, an early break on the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
It's football season, and that means coaches everywhere are busy making game plans. I'm Matt Knipe with Liberty Law Group. Teams make game plans because no two opponents are the same. At Liberty Law, we understand that no two cases are the same. Whether facing a DUI, criminal charge, or you were injured and it wasn't your fault, we tailor our legal game plan to meet your unique needs. We are relentless trial attorneys serving all of Nebraska. To learn more, go to libertylawnebraska.com. That's libertylawnebraska.com.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
Guys, you've heard me tell you all about Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping, but it's not just me. Folks all over town are having success with the FXB program. Guys like Gary, who just finished up his own 10-week challenge.
Yeah, Mark. After having a knee replacement in March, I was looking for a way to get back into shape. The workouts are fun. The atmosphere is a total blast. And I've lost 17 pounds since starting in July.
The next Farrell's 10-week challenge begins on October 7th, and ticket listeners get $150 off enrollment. Just head to theticketfm.com. Farrell's Extreme Body Shaping at 40th and Yankee Hill and 70th and Vine.
If you want all the latest technologies from those big banks, but you also want that hometown feel when you walk in the front doors, choose Midwest Bank. They have top-notch technology. They make banking so easy, and they also have the friendliest staff who will take their time to get to know you and treat you like family. You get the best of both worlds when you choose Midwest Bank. I live on the go, and now I can bank on the go. With Midwest Bank, I have everything I need at my fingertips. I'm volleyball player Allie Batenhorst, and at Midwest Bank, you'll love banking here.
Allo is turning 20 this year, and we plan to celebrate all year long. Since 2003, Allo has vowed to put customers first and deliver a drastically different experience. No matter where you live, work, or play, we believe you deserve an affordable, secure, and reliable connection. We're proud to have served our businesses and residents with seriously fast fiber optic service for 2 decades. Thank you for trusting Allo as your local internet, phone, and TV provider. Follow us on social media to know about the 20th anniversary celebrations in all our Allo communities.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red!
Hot tub season is here, and to celebrate, Bonds on Pool & Spa is having a sale so good that they're offering it up for the whole month. Soak up the savings when you purchase a new High Life Collection or Limelight Collection spa and receive a free step and cover lifter from now through the end of September. Stock will go fast, so hurry in and claim your new spa today and soak up the savings at Bonds on Pool & Spa, 33rd and Highway 2, or at bondsonpool.com.
Where will your path take you, traveler? To seek fortune in a new career? Or on a journey to distant lands for a well-deserved vacation? Wherever you go, one distraction could spell disaster. You can change your fate, adventurer. Don't drive distracted. Paid for by the NDOT Highway Safety Office.
At Parkview Animal Hospital in Lincoln, it's not just a professional care that sets them apart, but their warm staff and state-of-the-art facilities. Whether it's for a routine checkup or a comprehensive medical procedure, at Parkview, your pet isn't just another number, but a valued member of their caring family. Visit them at pahlincoln.com today and in person just south of 14th and Pine Lake Road. Parkview Animal Hospital, your pet, our passion. For happier, healthier furry friends.
Hi, Sean Callahan here for Koppel Chevrolet GMC, and our big fall sales underway, and the new truck incentives are off the charts. Over $5,000 in discounts on select new Sierras and Silverados, and 0.9% interest rates. Yes, you heard right. $5,000 off, 0.9% interest rates on select new trucks here at Koppel. So please take that short money-saving drive down 144th Street and check out that great small-town vibe with big city deals. We look forward to seeing you, or check us out online at koppelcars.com. You'll be glad you did. All deals with approved credit.
All right, it's lunchtime. Where should we go today?
How about Qdoba? We can get free queso and chips with an entree purchase.
Whoa, how'd you know about that?
It's in the campus cash booklet that we got for free to start the school year, the student marketplace. You didn't get yours?
I'd better go grab mine now.
You'd better stop at the College of Hair Design too. Your hair is getting long. $8 haircut with a campus cash book.
What about my friends who are out of college?
They can download the Campus Cash app for free and get great deals too, from Pizza Hut, Juice Stop, Craft Axe Throwing, and tons more.
Campus Cash, the student marketplace. Find your free booklet on campus or download the Campus Cash app.
This
I'm not on drugs. I'm not drunk.
is Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Back here on a Victory Monday at our new ticket location, 1040 O Street, 11th and O, Northwest Corner. Stop on by. The mill is open. Get yourself a coffee. Bill, did you get some creamer in your coffee?
I did. I just talked to Sip. I said, well, this is going to cost me about $400 a month and lattes and stuff.
We're making a transition, Bill.
It's a lot of
there was coffee brewed for you back there.
The part that's getting is that, and also being in a like a sun tanning bed here, also with these lights. That's getting me also a little bit.
I'm trying to work on the air conditioning here.
It's over 100 degrees, and then the lights here. It's like
it's called an adjustment period, Bill.
It's like having a magnifying glass on your head.
Me and Jake have to deal with that more than you do. Just because we have a lot of open space.
Listen, see this here, Bill?
Yeah.
What do you call that? I'm not thinning my hair intentionally like you do.
5 head. Jake's got a 5 head.
That's a 6 head over here.
Yeah.
It's 5. 5 is generous.
It's 5 plus.
I appreciate that.
It's 5
Let's
plus.
just keep it at 5.
Yeah.
5 is fine. 5 is fine.
Yeah.
Okay.
Cinco.
We'll get back to Nebraska top of the hour in terms of the Cinco. Call me Cinco.
Oh, Joe Cinco.
Okay.
Talking about his head.
Ocho Cinco. I'm Chad Johnson.
Yeah, you are.
So the best and the worst of the rest of the weekend in college football. Nebraska gets the win. We're happy about that. We did mention Florida State somehow almost losing to Boston College. They did not. They win 31-29. I think maybe the most impressive thing I saw this weekend was the way Missouri beat Kansas State.
Okay.
So Missouri beats K-State 30-27, upset in Columbia, and they won on a 61-yard field goal.
I think it was good for a little bit more. I'm watching the game. It was epic of the coaching error that was made.
Whoa.
By Kleiman?
No, by
Drinkwitz.
Missouri, by Drinkwitz.
Okay.
Drinkwitz.
They spiked the
Drinkowitz.
Drinkowitz. Just drink. There's no O.
Drinkwitz.
There's no O, Bill.
Drinkwitz.
They spiked the ball.
Yes.
And then
Missouri.
everyone thought it was like timeout or whatever. And then they start the 40-second clock. And they're all talking. All of a sudden you hear them go, the clock's running. The clock's running. All of a sudden Drinkwitz is yelling at them to get out there to run a play. And they can't get out there in time. They took a 5-yard penalty. They
pushed it back to 61.
Yeah. And all they had to do at that time was just kick it.
Oh, God.
Just kick it.
Jake. It's amazing.
It's amazing. I mean, and then you see him, you look at his quarterback. In my mind, I'm going like, oh, this is all you.
Yep.
This is all you. They did not work through this
It's
scenario.
Did you have the perplexed?
It was
going on, Bill?
It was one of those like, what's happening? What's happening? I was.
So the kicker rescued the coach.
Oh, he rescued him big time.
Harrison
Mavis. 61-yard kick to win the game at home. How about that?
And
That's
that was
amazing.
a great field rushing too. Really good.
Famous Harrisons. Ford, Beck, Barnes. Any others? Mavis. Harrison Mavis. Okay. Also on the bright side. Now you just tell me, guys, you both follow college football at a high level. Bill follows at a really high level. Is there a better Heisman Trophy candidate leader right now than Michael Penix?
No, I don't think so.
No.
He's been remarkable.
Over 400 yards passing, 3 games, 12 touchdowns, 1 pick. There's a stat that says potential picks thrown, 2. I mean, that's it. I mean, he's only thrown 2 passes.
Remember, they went to Michigan State and they opened with Boise State.
Yeah.
So
and they rolled them both.
So he
goes
about your non-conference.
Yeah, he goes to East Lansing and throws he goes to East Lansing and throws for 473 and 4 touchdowns.
They could have thrown for 600.
They went 41
easily.
41-7.
Easily.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I had it on Peacock.
Did you?
Oh, you found it? You figured
Laura
it out?
Found that.
Laura.
Yeah, Laura. Please put Peacock
I think
on.
I heard that conversation the other day. I heard the Peacock
Final score 41-7. Washington on the road at Michigan State. Blowout city. Michael Penix was incredible, like you said, Sip. He has been really, really good so far.
Hey, hang on real quick.
Okay.
I'm with you.
Hey, pat me in the back. Rutgers.
Oh, you
the
nailed
Scarlet
it.
Knights.
Bill nailed that.
The Scarlet Knights hosting Virginia Tech.
You did nail that.
Final score in that one for the Rutgers. They take down Virginia Tech 35-16. 3-0 is Greg Schiano this year.
For them, that's the third straight year they're 3-0.
A little more impressive with the teams they played this year. They beat Temple. They beat Virginia Tech. That's pretty good. It's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
35-16.
And they're in a conference game.
Yep.
Okay, you caught it. It's conference.
Yeah, they beat Northwestern 24-7.
Because when Nebraska beats Northwestern, they will count it.
Yep.
Now here you go. Now here we go. This is the beauty of the season. Now we're able to talk about this. Now Rutgers goes to Michigan. Rutgers goes to Michigan. I wonder what that'll look like.
What's the early line
I
there?
think that will be a much closer game than what you think because Michigan plays small ball. They don't. They're never in. I mean, even against Western Michigan was what at halftime
14-6.
They put 31 on them. That's it.
Yeah, and it wasn't a big deal. But they play small ball. They're not trying to go as fast as they can. They're not. And if they don't hang 52 on Rutgers, they're not. They're like whatever. They don't care. Just win the game. Move on.
Do you want to guess the early spread for Rutgers Michigan? I have it.
Go ahead, Bill.
It's probably gonna be like 13 and a hook.
It's in Ann Arbor.
It's Ann Arbor. So I 13 and a hook sounds pretty good to me, Jake. Just go with that.
25.
Oh God!
Wolverines are 25-point favorites.
25.
I take the Scarlet Knights to cover that.
Yeah.
They're going to huddle. They're going to run the ball. They play good defense.
Michigan's a 25-point favorite.
That's too high.
That's too high.
No,
they'll come down.
win. They'll win, but they should not be 25-point.
By the way, while we're patting Bill on the back, also pat him on the back for saying North Carolina would boat race Minnesota, which they did.
Should have been worse.
31-13.
He also predicted Nebraska would beat Northern Illinois easily. You got that right too. So you got.
That's enough praise for Bill for the next half hour.
Please
stay on ridiculous.
Keep the praise going.
God
stay on that.
Almighty. Minnesota 31-13 lost to North Carolina.
Yep.
North Carolina didn't run the ball well at all.
They
in that
threw
game
for
either.
4 something.
Yeah, but Drake May threw for
Drake
4
May
something.
had 414 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 picks in the win for North Carolina.
And they got a receiver. They got a receiver from Georgia Tech named McCollum, who had 15 catches for 165. Yeah.
Nate McCollum is his name.
Yeah.
15 catches. Other games of note, I thought, in college football that were interesting. Penn State takes care of Illinois 30-13. No surprise there, but they did take care of business. I thought, okay, 2 teams that are ranked high that did not look very good. Georgia did not look good in their win against South Carolina. They win 24-14. And I'm telling you, Bama's not right. Bama wins. They score a late touchdown with like a minute to go to win 17-3 at South Florida. Florida.
They had numerous times South Florida did to make it very interesting. When it was 10-3, they were driving, throw a pick in the end zone.
Alabama now outside. They're at 13 in the AP poll, outside the top 10 for the first time since 2015. Jake, they must be some sort of crisis at quarterback.
Well, they started Buckner. They started the Notre Dame transfer.
Then
Buckner
he got
was starting.
Then he got pulled.
Yeah, his numbers were horrific.
Yeah,
they were horrible. He had 34 yards passing.
34 yards passing.
Yeah.
So yeah,
he was like
he was 5 for 14 for 34 yards. Bama had so Bama goes to South Florida and they have 107 passing yards. They put in Ty Simpson after him, not Milroe, but Ty Simpson. He goes 5 for 9 for 73 yards. No touchdowns, no picks from the Bama quarterback.
Had one big pass.
Now I will say this on behalf of Georgia, which you characterize as a disappointment. They won the second half 21-0. Okay, they did win the second half.
And very dominant.
Yeah, Jake, they won the second half.
They had a good second half.
And that's it. That's a conference game. Kirby's probably not up in arms right now. They'll be all right.
We expect Georgia though to roll teams recently.
No, you're right. I mean, I get where you're coming from, but that's a conference team. South Carolina.
A win's a win, but they don't appear to be right now the dominant Georgia of the last couple of years. Still very good. Don't give me a very good team. Very good team.
Yeah, I'm not sure there's a dominant.
I don't see one right now.
I don't see a dominant team.
Maybe it's Washington.
Washington's loaded at receiver.
Maybe it's
Washington is loaded. Think about right now.
It might be Washington.
So my biggest takeaway from watching a ton of football.
Yeah, that's what I want to hear.
Weekend was that there's probably 8 teams that can win it all. Never said it in the past.
You haven't said that in a long time.
USC has a chance because they're quarterback and they're playing solid defense.
They're scoring at a ridiculous rate.
Washington has a chance. Oregon has a chance. Michigan has a chance.
Does
Ohio
Oregon
State
have a
has a
chance?
chance. Oregon has a chance. Ohio State has a chance. Penn State has a chance. Georgia has a chance. LSU has a chance.
LSU, what a
Probably
rebound for LSU. I mean, rebound in that they lost to Florida State, but they slapped Mississippi State in the first half of that game.
I think Jaden Daniels had like 400 some yards. He had 2 incomplete passes
In the first half?
First half. No, in the whole game.
The whole game.
Whenever you play. I mean,
They were incredible. Now I did
Yeah.
watch the first half of that game. Here's the stat. LSU outgained Mississippi State in Starkville, by the way, 310-79 in the first half. They had
Yikes.
310 yards at halftime. All right,
So-
310 at halftime on the road.
Sometimes you're watching
on the road.
Yikes.
Sometimes you're watching football, then you watch other football. You're like, this is not even the same game. When you're watching some of these teams, and
Flip.
you,
LSU's like that.
All of a sudden, you're watching whoever, and you're not going, this is not the same.
Right.
I
No,
was
hear
also
you.
pretty blown away by the the Wisconsin game.
Okay.
Georgia
Yes.
Southern turned it over 6 times.
6
The quarterback had 6.
He had
And
6
they were
turnovers.
still ahead in the middle of the third quarter. Georgia Southern was.
Yeah, they were
14-7.
they were -3 at halftime, and it was 7-7.
7 -3.
Now, I will say this, though, Bill. I watched it. I get the turnover thing, but I thought Wisconsin ran the ball well in the second half.
They did.
They got it going on the
My
ground.
take is, obviously, I'm a big Wisconsin fan because I'm a big Luke Fickell fan because he's a good friend of mine. But if someone said at the end, what team are you going to take? I'm not so sure I wouldn't take Georgia Southern.
What do you mean?
Just say, hey, just pick a team and try to beat the
No
other team.
kidding.
That
No
was what I thought. I mean, their talent level, you didn't watch it and go, they're so far off. It was
Dude.
just it was this buffoonery.
Does Georgia
at times.
Southern have a quarterback?
Yeah, well, he threw for like 380.
I'll get the yards here.
He threw for 380 and threw 5 picks.
Yeah, that's
So that
Five picks.
turned it over 6 times.
And then the fumble was all
they
in
were
him.
in the game.
Yeah, in the game. And when he fumbled it, they were driving. The score was 21-14 when they fumbled it.
His name is Davis Brin. He was
Yes.
33 of 52 for 383, 1 touchdown, and 5 interceptions. That's not going to get it done with the picks. man.
But their
Generally
ability was
speaking, no.
no. So it's kind of surprised.
Go ahead.
Can I give you something here? A new section of the show.
I
on
would
Mondays?
love that.
We have a new section. We're going to call it Head Scratchers. Head Scratchers.
You got to say it like that.
Yes. Here we
Head
go.
scratchers.
Iowa State 7, Ohio 10.
Oh,
Mm.
God. Oh, I'll tell you something you don't want to hear. You don't want to hear this. I was watching the game. If you're an Iowa State fan, you don't ever want to hear this. I just was, I was flipping around, heard it in the background, but it caught my attention. The whoever the analyst was said, and Ohio's defensive line is dominating the line of scrimmage against a Power 5 team.
MAC team versus
I
Big
don't know
12
who they're
team,
going to
not
beat.
good.
I don't know. I have no idea who they're going to beat.
Iowa
from
State
this going
scored
on.
7.
They
Lost
scored
10-7
They scored 7
against the MAC team at home.
Next one, Head Scratcher. UNLV 40, Vandy 37.
What the hell?
UNLV's
we were
1-1.
on Vandy
Bowl
too.
game doesn't look so hot right now for Vandy.
No.
I'm hearing from people on Twitter saying, "Simple, you like Vandy to win 7."
On YouTube stream, someone
Yeah.
brought it up too.
Yeah, they're all over me on Vandy.
Someone got on YouTube,
Win
same
7.
thing.
Yeah, how about that one?
What happened to Vandy?
Hang on. Head Scratcher. South Alabama 33, Okie State 7.
In Okie State.
In Okie State.
In Stillwater. Hello.
And then before it's like, they beat Arizona State the week before. Arizona State is horrific. They didn't score a point against
What happened to
Fresno.
Gundy's team?
33-7.
They lost 33-7 to South Alabama.
I think we should make head scratch your foot like your Bills Thrills on Mondays.
I've got some other stuff.
Scratcher.
Can we hang out?
I got one more head scratcher.
You got to say it first, though.
Head scratcher. Kansas 31, Nevada 24.
Wow.
Ooh.
24-24 deep in the fourth.
Oh, God.
Deep in the fourth. Remember now, Nevada lost to USC 66-14, and Idaho FCS beat them 33-6.
Yeah,
the
Nevada
score
was
was
giving
tied.
up.
Get Lance on the phone.
Nevada
It was-
went into that game giving up 10 yards a carry.
Carry. 10 yards of carry. And it was a game. It was 24-24.
Do you chalk that up to that? That's a tough road trip.
Rock chalk.
You got it
Chalk
done.
it up.
When we come back, song of the day and Bills Thrills on a Monday.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Bagels and Joe is the perfect place for breakfast or lunch in September. Try their new pizza bagel with pepperoni and fresh mozzarella grilled on a sun-dried tomato bagel. And try their Karma Latte, as 10% of proceeds from that drink will go to the Great Plains Trail Network. 4 locations in Lincoln and 1 in Seward. Bagels and Joe. It takes a great game plan to win a football game each week, and right now, it's time to plan a trip to get a new car at Mullen Motors. Just like on the football field, there's a wall of defense on the way to Mullen Motors. 48th Street is under construction from Layton all the way to Cornhusker Highway. But the lot at Mullen Motors is full of tons of great vehicles to drive home this fall for the ultimate touchdown. Mullen Motors, still open through road construction at 48th and Walker.
No taglines, just quality vehicles. Mullen Motors.
For many Nebraskans, fall means cooler weather and longer days that include running kids around, cheering for your favorite teams, and long days at work. The hours on your feet can really add up and give unnecessary pain and discomfort. At Fleet Feet Lincoln, they help find the shoes and inserts you need with their Fit ID machine, which takes a 3D image of your feet. If you're having trouble finding the right fit, visit Fleet Feet Lincoln at 77th and Pioneers.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
Are you tired of living in pain? It's time to take control. At Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, we're your one-stop shop for expert care in Lincoln. From broken bones to complex reconstruction, our skilled team will help you get back on track. Visit prairieortho.com today and discover why we're the trusted choice for thousands of patients. Don't let pain hold you back. Take the first step towards a better, pain-free life with Prairie Orthopedic and Plastic Surgery, where healing begins. Call 402-489-4700.
Sunday morning. It's quiet, not in a weird, too quiet way. Calm, peaceful, tranquil. You pour yourself that cup of coffee. You slice yourself a hearty chunk of one of Beatrice Bakery's breakfast breads. Now, maybe you're an apple streusel guy. Nothing wrong with that. I can respect that. Personally, I'm a turtle nut man. Something about those pecans. But the real ones know, don't sleep on that date nut bread. Sweet, but not too sweet. Nutty, not overly. The perfect morning treat. Beatrice Bakery. Online at beatricebakery.com. Welcome to our world of yum. Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Gray Diesel and Equipment Services is your go-to place in Lincoln for repairs and maintenance for diesel pickups to Class 8 over-the-road trucks and trailers, from bumper pole utility to full-size semi. Gray performs DOT inspections and are a service provider for fleet companies like ARI, Element Fleet, and FleetNet. They're a family-owned business in operation since 1952, and they keep a clean, friendly shop. Customer service is their top priority. Give Gray Diesel and Equipment Services a visit today with easy access just off I-80 and North 56th Street.
Like an idiot if you're a big tough you're a big tough guy this morning,
but you really love to voice your displeasure for his music choices.
He stumbled on an issue that I did not think would generate this much passion and discussion.
It's time for Jake's questionable song of the day on Early Break on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Well, we're moving on now to the east side, to a deluxe apartment in the sky.
Song of the day, moving on up by the Jeffersons Theme song 464-56851 is bad. 10 is good. Text rating the Sauter Heyman Jewelers song of the day. Once again, your song of the day, moving on up. The Jeffersons theme song here on a Monday. Nebraska moves on up. We are moving on up downtown Lincoln.
Up. Yeah, we're
464-56851 is bad. 10 is good. Text rating on the Sauter Heyman Jewelers song of the day.
I just see Wheezy and George in their living room dancing with a little party.
The song means so much just because of the show.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they ran a dry cleaning business.
Yeah, and George was full of vim and vigor.
Yes. He was incredible.
Jake, that's an interesting song to. It's an interesting song. It's
a happy song.
And it's a happy song. I love that show. I love that show. Who was it? Who was a white couple that show was very.
They lived next to Archie Bunker.
Well,
that's how they first started the show.
And
that's how they got they transferred off of that.
Jake, I'll give that a 8.88888. 8.88888.
Just because of the energy and the appreciation of the show, I'm going with a 90016.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not sure that he was listening because he doesn't have his headset on, but we do.
Who do we got in here?
We do have
Jake,
a special
big announcement.
We have begged for months on this show for Terrell Farley to grace us with his presence, and here on our second day in the new studio, he is here. Farley, you probably didn't hear that song, did you?
Yes, I heard it.
Yeah.
Give me a 7.5.
Nice.
7.5.
Farley, you gotta come here more.
Well, if you had some Fred Sanford, I'll take that. That's a 10 right there for me. You know,
when Fred Sanford when he had the heart attack, the big one.
Here comes the big
one. Oh,
Farley,
what an incredible show! The whole show was shot with just a fake junkyard in one room.
Yeah,
it was an incredible show.
And what was his son's
clean
name?
room.
What was his son's name?
Lamont.
Yeah,
Big Daddy.
he gave it to Lamont.
Oh yeah.
Hey, Farley's in here with.
He is. It's great to have Terrell Farley, one of the best linebackers in the history of Nebraska football.
In the history of college football, not just Nebraska. In the history
Do you
of
remember
college
Farley,
football.
Bill?
What's that?
You remember Farley?
Oh yeah, absolutely. 43.
4-3.
Yeah,
4-3.
I think Bill left before I got here.
I was just on the way out as you were coming in.
Yeah, it ain't Coach Steele. So I came here for Coach Steele, but I ended up getting Coach Bo, Craig Bo. So you know.
Yep.
Okay, we got to ask Farley.
I was here for your recruiting trip when you came.
God.
Yeah, I was here for your recruiting
Just
trip.
a young Farley.
Give me 1 second, real quick. 1 second, really ID.
Little linebacker.
Lincoln's home for sports talk on the FM dial. The home of Kansas City Royals baseball. KNTK FM Firth, 93.7 The Ticket.
Okay, we got to ask Terrell
what do
about
you
this
got?
defensive performance in the defense in general. Terrell, what do you like about this defense so far?
I like the blitzing package they got. I think they got some young kids that can play. You need to get them on the field more so they can get accustomed to playing a lot. Especially with Cam Linhart, and then the number 42
Bear. Mekhi Bear. Terrell likes Mekhi.
I like him like I like Ernest Hausman. Ernest Hausman, I think them two right there would have been your future linebackers if you'd had Ernest still here this year, then got Bear next year. So, you know, it's a lot of things you can do in that 5-5-3, and I'm kind of excited for Tony White. 3-3-5. Yeah,
I'm playing with 13 now.
Wow, 13 guys. Farley gets 13 guys.
It's a good defense.
We need 13 on offense.
It's 4th and 10. We can do the 5-5-3. We can use those bonus 2 guys as rushers.
But yeah, I think they needed a game like this.
Yeah.
I think it brings them back to life that they was able to almost shut this team down. Stat wise, they played a great game. Not saying that they're a top 25 defense right now, but they still have a long way to go. But they're doing it in great strides, though, and that's the great thing about a young group. And maybe they can catch on probably about another week and then be ready for the Michigan game.
You do see him getting to the ball multiple players in waves, right? You see that, and I'm not. I watched it. Oh, I don't want to get into what sports writers do, but I didn't keep a play-by-play for Northern Illinois' offense. I just thought it was
horrible.
Pointless. And so I watched the defense a lot closer than I would normally. between snaps. It seems very organized. It was interesting to me because it wasn't like there was one guy making all the plays. It was a lot of guys making plays. Is that what you saw?
Yeah, I've seen a lot of DBs. Hill played great.
Yeah, Tommy?
Tommy Hill played great. Javen Wright played great. Them type of games, I don't really sit and watch them like that because they're gimme games. You know,
That's a gimme game?
You're supposed to win. You're supposed to blow them out. You're just supposed to have a great game in general. Now, now with the Southeast and Louisiana coming up.
Yeah, Louisiana Tech coming. Louisiana Tech coming here on Saturday.
Don't know how great they are. They got a great passing game, I see.
They can move the ball a little bit. They're horrific on defense. They gave up 560 to North Texas.
Yeah, they don't have that receiver like they had Edwards in 25, 30 years ago. So, but they do have Dakota's Crawford. So, I don't think he played yet. But, it's just another tune-up game before you hop into the Big Ten and get ready to play some real football. And this game's right here. Not saying it's a make it or break it game. It's because obviously we're going to win this game. We just don't know about how many. So it's a tune-up game for a Michigan game.
Well, it's good that we can still say that Nebraska has gimme games. I mean, I was a little concerned that we're heading towards a world where that's not even a gimme. But it looks like it looked like a gimme the other night. I haven't looked at Louisiana Tech that closely, but Bill said North Texas put 540 on them.
He was 560, I believe.
Great defense.
And they were 0-2 going into the game.
Okay.
And so they had not done any. That's why I said that's why scheduling matters. It's like all of a sudden Michigan State was playing pretty good. And then who'd they draw?
They drew Washington.
And that's
they drew Washington.
Real kick in the butt there.
Yeah,
right. I mean, wouldn't it? I just belabor points sometimes, Terrell, on this show, but I just looking back, wouldn't it have made sense to ease into this thing a little bit, ease into the season a little bit?
Early victory would have helped us, but sometimes you can't. We have no control over. This is like they say it's a rebuild. I say it's a retool because you got 14 starters back. You retool them, you teach them stuff different.
Yep.
You teach them to tackle at the beginning of camp. A lot of veterans on this defense with Heinrich and
Reimer and Newsome.
This is not
Gifford.
And Gifford. This is not like like I said, a rebuild. It's a retool to me. You just sharpen the blades up.
Yeah, Polar Bear's a veteran.
Yeah,
you could say Gunnarson's kind of a veteran.
Well, who's Zero?
Zero's Polar Bear.
That's Polar Bear.
Polar Bear. He reminds me of Jeff Ogard a lot.
He does.
Yeah, he's big, just like Jeff Ogard.
How about Ogard?
Ogard had a giant head.
Yeah,
he was a giant human being.
Yeah,
he was like a cinder block.
His helmet was bigger than my shoulder pad.
Yeah, that's what that's what
his
you
head
want.
Was a weapon.
And I'm saying this as a positive. Like I said, he had hands like small dogs, and he was huge.
Yeah,
the big head. Oh yeah, you want that.
That's right.
Well, we appreciate Terrell Farley coming in here. We will have Bill's throws at the end of next segment. We are doing it. It's not right now. We got to get to break.
Farley came in.
I promise, Bill. We'll get Bill's throws.
Farley was in.
Farley's here. The black shirt's here. Thank you, Terrell.
I just want gifts like y'all get. I want hats. I want T-shirts. I want.
Well,
cookies.
now you got a chance.
Cookies.
You're in the rotation now.
You're in the rotation.
You're in the rotation.
So if y'all bring Jake or Bill or Sip anything, just add an extra one and put TF on it. Write it in Sharpie, so Rashawn don't take it.
Rashawn, exactly. Put his name in it.
He's used to putting his hands on.
Actually, probably the best would just be put down this in honor of the 5'5" defense. The 13 guy, the 13 man.
Top of the hour. Yeah, we'll get 14 from Michigan.
Yeah.
14 out.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Fuhrer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico,
Relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Fuhrer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores. Gaina Trucking is hiring CDL Class A and B drivers. Gaina Trucking guarantees a 40-hour work week year-round, and their strong team culture makes it not a job, but a career. Gaina Trucking offers health, vision, and dental insurance, 401k with company match, an employee assistance program, and other bonus programs. Build a better career today with great team culture at Gaina Trucking. Learn more and apply today at GainaTrucking.com.
Hot tub season is here, and to celebrate, Bonds on Pool & Spa is having a sale so good that they're offering it up for the whole month. Soak up the savings when you purchase a new High Life Collection or Limelight Collection spa and receive a free step and cover lifter from now through the end of September. Stock will go fast, so hurry in and claim your new spa today and soak up the savings at Bonds on Pool & Spa, 33rd and Highway 2, or at bondsonpool.com.
Hi everyone, Kendall Warnock with A1 Automotive in downtown Lincoln. If you're looking for an automotive repair facility you can genuinely trust, we would be grateful for the opportunity to earn your business repairing your vehicle. We have ASE master technicians and qualified to work on a variety of vehicles from Hondas to Porsches, Jaguars to Toyotas, and Chevrolets to Fords. We pride ourselves on customer service and relationships, and we would be grateful for the opportunity to serve you. Give us a call at 402-477-4660. A1 Automotive, always honest answers.
Is your backyard ready for fun with friends and family this fall? GE Landscape Supply has pavers and boulders, which are a great accent for any backyard landscaping project, and you can find them at 6701 Cornhusker Highway. GE Landscape Supply sells to homeowners and contractors with a vast selection of landscaping and construction materials. And don't forget, they deliver anywhere, nearby or far away. Stop by 6701 Cornhusker Highway from 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. Monday to Friday, and 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. on Saturdays. Go to GELandscapesupply.com for more info or call 402-467-1627. Big box stores are tempting for buying equipment for your high schooler in sports or for yourself in your sports leisures. But buying new is awfully expensive. Why not go somewhere with new and used options? Play It Again Sports has quality, slightly to gently used equipment, and 50% of their inventory is actually new equipment. And it's more than baseball, softball, and golf. They also have equipment for disc golf, fitness, hockey, and more. Plus, they're always buying products. Bring your gear you're done with and get trade money on the spot. Play It Again Sports at 48th and Vine.
Acres, your John Deere dealer, is offering hot financing on all new compact tractors. For a limited time, get 0% interest for 84 months when you buy any new John Deere compact tractor. And with a variety of attachments, you'll make quick work of chores around your acreage. From mowing to grading and moving large loads, Acres has a John Deere tractor to handle your toughest projects. Don't delay. Visit your local Acres store to take advantage of this great offer. Acres, solutions for every field. Offer expires September 30th, 2023, subject to approved credit with John Deere Financial.
Okay, it's time to sell the house. How do we even begin to choose from the hundreds of realtors in town?
Easy. We make a pros list.
You mean a pros and cons list?
No, just a pros list. We need someone with pro photography to showcase the house in the best possible way, pro marketing to make sure we get maximum exposure, pro negotiations so we know we get the best price.
This is one of those times where you already know the right answer, isn't it?
You know it is. Ben Bleicher and Professional Realty Group.
Contact Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's Home Services Ambassador. Online at prg-ne.com.
If your car has sent you to the sidelines, Eustace Body Shop can help. With gold-class certified technicians, OEM parts, and free loaner cars, Eustace Body Shop is your best choice this Husker season. And with 6 locations across central and eastern Nebraska, we've got you covered, whether you're rooting at home or you're headed to Memorial Stadium. Get a free online quote at EustaceBodyShop.com, and let's get you back in the game.
The most recommended Eustace Body Shop. That's who we are.
I overslept. Damn rooster didn't crow. It's time for Early Break, sponsored by Midwest Bank. Live from Lincoln, America. Here's 93.7 The Ticket's Jake Sorensen.
I'm wrong, but I'm not.
Husker Online, Steve Sipple.
If I were a feral cat.
And longtime college football assistant coach, Bill Busch.
You get one team. Mine's the Houston Oilers. I'm not the Texans, and I'm not the Titans, so I'm out.
This is Early Break.
Welcome back to Hour 2 on a Monday. Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, Bill Busch on Early Break. Fun first hour. You got the podcast at theticketfm.com. Hour 2 sponsored by our friends at Midwest Bank, member FDIC. Location in Lincoln at 27th and Jamie Lane. New location coming to 70th and Pioneers by early 2024. What is our friend Steve Schindler's special today, Bill?
What they're doing today is they're giving out the amount cash for the first 4 people to walk through the amount of yards that Nebraska gave up defensively.
Wow.
So like 100 was like 146?
149, I want to say. 146.
146,
Yep.
I believe. So the first 4 guys that come through get 146 free.
149 actually.
149.
So 149 if you the first how many?
First, actually, if you're 4 through 8.
4 through 8.
The third guy and you get nothing.
And the ninth guy,
nothing.
What's still pretty good.
Still pretty good. $149.
Yeah. Times 5.
That's a lot of money. Yeah. That's very kind of Steve
That's what
Schindler
you carry
at Midwest
around
Bank.
in your pocket.
Yes, he's got a big wad of money.
Yeah, don't tell me that's a lot of money, Jake. You win that on the golf course.
I don't.
Excuse me.
I usually lose on the golf
Although I
course,
did talk
actually.
to Seth and Beatrice the other day. Ooh, man.
What do you say?
Is he still hot?
I
Still
talked
hot
to
about
Seth.
the meltdown?
Hey, Bill, I ran into
Did you
Seth.
bring up the meltdown at the pistol?
I ran into Seth at a function, and he definitely said it gets ugly.
Yeah.
It gets ugly.
I
on the
never
course.
denied that. I never
No, you
denied.
didn't. No, you
No, you
didn't.
didn't. You never
No,
denied
I
that.
give you credit on that. And he says it's every bit as ugly as Jake portrays.
Might
I didn't
be-
talk for a while.
Well, Seth goes in silent. Seth goes in silent mode when he's mad at me,
Does he?
or if he's mad at himself. Same thing.
Oh yeah, he said that you said, "Man, I'm losing money on this."
I did say that. I did say that.
He did. Yeah,
I'm not denying that. Those words were uttered on the golf course.
Yeah, you're costing
and he
me money.
felt really bad.
He said, "You're
kinda-
costing me
Sounds to
money."
me like you could have just been better, Jake.
I played
Yeah.
well, but I need help. It can't be a one man show out there, you know.
Okay, now we're almost
Okay.
done with this show, so we really have to ramp it
We
up.
do. 402-464-5685. Call or text as always. Now, it is a victory Monday. Nebraska's happy with the performance, 35-11 win over Northern Illinois. And the question is, again, if Jeff Sims is able to play this week, will he start the football game? Matt Rule has said he is the starting quarterback when he's able to play. Here, the question was asked in the post game, hey, what is the battle going forward after Harbaughn's performance tonight? Here was Matt Rule post game answering that question.
Yeah, I think we figured out that both quarterbacks are good quarterbacks. I mean, the situation that Jeff went and played in the first 2 games was difficult, okay? And a lot of things that weren't his fault were pegged on Jeff Sims. So we got a lot of confidence in Jeff. We've known all along the Heinrich can play. We got a good situation. I won't talk any hypotheticals. You know, I don't know who's going to be healthy, who's not. But I know we can win with both guys, and you guys know how I feel about Chuba. So I think we have a lot of players. I think the biggest thing for us is, just continue to find the guys on offense who can make plays for the quarterbacks, So those runs that AG made at the end, Gabe made at the end, we're just going to keep finding guys.
Now, we talked on Friday during the show saying if Harbaugh plays well, is it going to be an overreaction to say he should be the starting quarterback going forward? Now that we've seen how he played well. He made the one mistake. He got a strip sack, not his fault, really. One fumble, no picks. How do we feel today as we go into the week against Louisiana Tech? If Jeff Sims is able to play, who should be the starting quarterback on Saturday?
It's just now the one I see Bill gets this. It's so hard when we do this because we don't see practice. I mean, I can't sit here on Monday and say that definitively who should be the starter because I don't know what Sims looks like this week moving around. How's he executing? Is he favoring anything? Is he favoring his ankle? And by the way, how does Heinrich come back? How well does he practice? I mean, I think some of it has to come down to who's sharpest in the first few practices of the week, right?
Mm-hmm.
How do you know that? You don't know it. The one thing I don't understand, guys, the quote he has. Now, I get that, and I like what's happening with Jeff Sims in terms of players, teammates having his back, and the coaches having his back. I don't understand a lot of, when Rule says a lot of things that weren't Jeff's fault were pegged on Jeff Sims in the first 2 games. What's that mean? He threw bad picks. I mean, those were bad. I mean, I'm not bagging on Jeff Sims. You guys know I like him. But those were bad picks against Minnesota. 2 bad ones. Is this somebody else's fault that I'm not aware of here?
No.
When he drops those snaps, they keep saying
that's on
not
Jeff Sims.
That's not his fault. Well, whose fault
How
is it?
could that not be Jeff Sims'
Well,
fault?
I know what they're saying. It could be a cadence issue.
That would be more based on the ball that bounced off of someone.
Yeah.
Okay,
more
that
so
one.
than more so than just a drop
snap
or the interception against Colorado on with the pocket moving. That's probably on him.
But at least 4 of those turnovers are 5 turnovers are squarely on his shoulders. Now, but I do like that they're taking up for him. And it's only 2 games in. You're probably gonna need him, frankly. But they got a decision. They're gonna have a decision to make. They are.
The advantage they have is they're defensively. Northern Illinois was solid up front, and that's about where it ended. As far as that, that's about where it ended. They were solid up front. That was it. The back 7 were very limited.
Yeah.
So this week they're going to play a defense that's the 85 Bears. That's who they played on Saturday compared to who they're going to play on.
Oh boy.
On this Saturday, they're playing a defense that is.
So what do you?
They gave up 560 to North Texas
again.
So they're going to be in a good situation to have success, and that's where that's where Jeff Sims missed out in this game because they were playing at home, lesser opponent, no chance of losing the game after the first minute was over of the game.
They would have had. They would have had a chance maybe to lose if they turned it over 5 times.
Yeah, I agree with that.
It probably would have been 9. They had to turn over 9 times to lost that game.
So here's the question, I guess, that we're talking about. Do you re-enter if Jeff Sims is healthy? Do you re-enter him into the starting role and get him confidence against a bad defense? Would that help? Or I don't know. You just don't know. I'm tempted. See, my temptation is to roll with Harburg right now. That would be my temptation. Based on what I saw, it's not based on nothing. I watched every play. I like a lot of what I liked about Harburg were intangible, and they were the intangibles. And I mean this compared to Sims. I thought there was more fire at that position. I thought the way he commanded the team was really good. I thought warm-ups, he was really good. You knew who the dude was. If you watched warm-ups, you knew who the dude was. The way the players responded to Heinrich, and again, this is not an intangible, but I think the way he plays the game is sort of, it lights a fuse in his teammates. When you see him barreling into linebackers, and you see the physical way he plays the game, that has an impact on everybody. It has an impact on everybody. It has an impact on defense. It has an impact on the crowd. It has an impact on the janitors. Everybody, they like that.
I kind of forgot he had a Matthew Stafford type throwing motion. It's very sidearm. Interesting.
He does go sidearm.
It is Stafford all the way, man.
Yeah, there's some sidearm throws in there.
You got to watch that because he gets passed
back.
But
if you took it down to variables, you just say, if you had to make a decision, you might be able to make it easy on yourself and just say, he's really had 0 turnovers. The turnover again, it's really
not his fault.
Not on him whatsoever. And
so you could say that as a coach.
So you could say as a coach, just say, you know what, we have 0 turnovers in one game, and we have 8 in the other game, and wherever you want to say. So, I mean, right now, 7 of them are on the quarterback is involved, and then whatever Coach Rule or the staff feels were not his turnover. Like you said, there's probably 5.
The complication is this staff brought in Sims. Doesn't have to be a major complication though, because they've kind of created Harburg. I mean, Harburg was left for dead by Whipple. Okay. When he wasn't even on the travel roster last year. Okay. He did not travel, Harburg. When we asked Whipple about Harburg, he chuckled. He's not on the travel roster. It was pretty
dismissed it pretty quickly.
He was very dismissive.
He dismissed him right
So
away.
you could sell if you're in if you're in a camp of some sort, the rule camp, and say, well, they've kind of created Heinrich Harburg. And the Harburg I saw was better than I thought it was going to be. The dude factor's high. I thought the dude factor was high.
I agree. Again, it's somebody that, like you said, Sip, the guys on the team clearly were behind him.
Responded to him.
They respected him.
Yeah.
They responded to him.
Right.
The first drive, Billy Kemp, nice touchdown. It was a good play call. He caught it. And we said earlier in the show, when you have that opening conviction, they showed, hey, we actually have a guy that can do this. Smooth first drive, touchdown, up 7-zip. All right, deep breath.
Well, and what did he do? He ran the ball. He ran the ball a few times on the opening drive and looked good running. Well, right off the bat, he ran an option play.
No tentative. He was not tentative at all.
He wasn't.
running.
No,
he was the opposite of that.
He he didn't tiptoe into that game. You can tell my inclination. I want to be fair to Jeff Sims throughout any conversation that we have. He had Bill. He did have to start against tougher teams.
Absolutely.
Tougher.
On the road.
On the road.
It's a whole different set. And then also, it was game 1 of a new staff. By game 3, everything is smoother. I'm talking about hotel, travel, how we're dressed, down to breakfast on time, all the little things. Yep. It's smoother by game 3. Game 1, it's all first. I don't care what you say. There's always things. I guarantee you that there was a large list of notes that the head coach probably wrote down from the time they left the facility, from the time they returned for the Minnesota game. Okay, this was something that we need. This needs to be better. I like this better. Do this different. That's just normal. That's if you're Nick Saban, nope. He's had his person in charge there for like 20 years, so they have everything down to a science. But so that was all new also. So now it's like game 3. Yes, it's the first home game. It's a little bit different, but still I think smooth, everything smooth. Home game, lesser opponent.
Friendly confines, a lot lesser opponent than Colorado. I mean, think about Colorado's offense with Xavier Weaver, Travis Hunter, Dylan Edwards, Shadir Sanders, compared
to what you just saw.
This is what I'm concerned. So we talk about overreactions, and there's some proper reactions, but Headhunter on the text line,
Headhunter
says this: Heinrich Harburg reminded me of Eric Crouch.
Easy.
I know only one game, but he had that it factor so far. Okay, let's deep breath.
Was that a deep breath or a whistle?
Yeah, it's a whistle. You whistled. You did whistle.
I don't think it's fair to either party.
Yeah. There you go.
I don't think it's fair to either Eric Crouch or Heinrich Harburg to say that. No, again, that's what I'm saying. It's overreaction Monday, but it's also victory Monday. We can say these things when we're happy.
I like that big quarterback. Now, Sims is a big dude, too.
And he runs, and you like the way he runs.
I like the way he runs a lot.
I would say this, that the decision is very easy if Headhunter is correct.
If he is Eric Crouch,
yes. If we have a Heisman Trophy winner, I would play him. I'm just gonna go out and say it. I'm gonna play the Heisman Trophy winner.
Play Crouch 2.0.
One of the really honestly one of the greatest college football quarterbacks ever.
Talk about the most. He has to be the most unassuming Heisman Trophy winner ever. I ran into Eric on Saturday night in a box, and it's just he's amazingly humble for a Heisman Trophy.
I love visiting with him. He's such a sharp person.
He's really sharp.
But again, I'm just going to stick with that one.
If
they feel that Harburg is as good as Eric Crouch, we should play Harburg.
Eric said when he was talking about his first start, which was against UAB in 1998, and he said his urine was orange. Because he was so nervous and dehydrated.
Orange, really?
He said he could remember. It was like he was thinking about every word he said in the huddle.
Really?
Yeah. Like he said, he says everything is just intense. Now, I didn't think Heinrich. I just think he seemed loose. That whole turnover conversation, guys, can go into a quarterback's head. Don't turn it over. Don't turn it over. Don't. And then you play tight.
Yeah.
I didn't think he played tight.
Yeah, I would doubt, because I've never really heard that by offensive coaches. I doubt that it ever came up in their mind. Don't turn it over. Just do the right thing, which means do the right thing. That means
don't turn it over.
Do your reads. Do this.
Yeah, that's different than don't turn it over.
Yeah, it's like don't fumble. No, just do what you're taught. Rise to the level of your training. Which how you're going to carry the ball. So I wouldn't ever be like, don't turn it over. Don't get beat deep.
Right.
Yeah, no kidding. Right. Yeah, just do what you're supposed to do.
Do what you're supposed to do.
Do
That's different than don't get beat deep.
Yeah.
Do what you're supposed to do.
Yes.
Do your training.
Do your training. Then that way it takes care of everything. Because in the end, that's why things went bad. It was because what they were taught to do didn't happen. That's why things went bad. So just refer.
I saw a picture in post game of Heinrich Harburg with Matt Rule, Tommy Frazier, and Eric Crouch all in the same area.
Is that right?
Very cool.
Yeah, that is cool.
Getting some praise.
Says Heinrich's the next Heisman winner.
That's right. Well, Tommy wasn't, but he should have been. But
hello,
whatever happens.
Hello.
Okay, hey, we're not skipping it. It is time.
Oh, geez.
Bills thrills.
No way.
Delayed because
I didn't think we were doing it.
No, it's delayed because we had the presence of Terrell Farley in the time it was supposed to be. And we can't push Farley away.
No.
So now, without further ado,
we need more Farley.
We do. Let's play the intro to Bills Thrills.
Some call him the most interesting man in the world.
That is setting up the morel mushroom
Yes.
bonanza.
Okay.
Yeah,
Is
we
this gonna be
need it.
bonanza?
Mushrooms grow better with thunder and lightning.
Others call him Coach. But to everyone else, he's Bill.
I want to get one of those military ab stimulators for us to wear during the show. Have you seen? I sent you today.
It's time for Bill's Thrills on Early Break. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors.
We know that Mondays are typically football facts for Bill on Bill's Thrills. So, Bill, the floor is yours. Sponsored by Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors.
Let's talk some college football.
No, that's not a bad
Let's
idea.
talk college
Love
football.
that.
Situational masters. Two scenarios of college football situations. Two scenarios of college football situations, and one philosophy thought.
Okay.
First, Nebraska versus Northern Illinois, the +1 blitz. So Illinois is in a +1 blitz, which is an all-out blitz, which means they're going to have one more than you can protect. Okay. Death blow. The death blow to that play is a tunnel screen, because as they're rushing up, the linemen are getting out the other way. And if it gets in behind them, it's a death blow. And that was Bullock's big pass play in the second quarter.
Okay.
That was what happened.
Okay.
It was a +1. So here's the death blow. Okay. The +1 blitz or all-out blitz or zero blitz has to be a shot clock blitz. So if you don't base it off a team that runs the shot clock, so like last year in Minnesota, we ran a couple because they always snap the ball at 2 seconds, so you could hold your disguise forever. Nebraska's up on the ball, so now it's early, and they ID'd it. Also, they went easy, and they ID'd the call, and they stayed in the defense. You have to have a mechanism to yours, which for us was a hands call, which meant if they ID'd you, you went hands, you immediately went to zone concept.
You didn't blitz?
Don't blitz.
But
You've got to
called
get out
off
of
the
it.
blitz.
Called the blitz off. If you got ID'd, you could just tell it because he walked up, boom, they changed the call. So it was good coaching, bad coaching. Good by Nebraska, really bad by Northern Illinois. So that's one of the scenarios that came up.
Good job.
On
That's
good coaching,
interesting.
bad coaching on the blitz. Okay. Game tying TD for CU versus Colorado State. Okay. The game tying TD. It was a scramble play versus cover 2. Death blow. So when you scramble anytime in cover 2 and you're the deep safety, you have to immediately, your eyes have to flash and peripher the outside because you have a flat corner and there's no one on up the field. Also, you have to always stay on yours at least 4 yards, probably 4 to 2 yards outside of your hash. Their safety went all the way over the hash on the scramble. Then he came back and threw to a wide open receiver down the sideline. Then he's running full speed there, makes a miss, touchdown. But that was one like that where it's so hard to do that. So I've lived the nightmare against BYU on one of those. So cover 2 scramble is a nightmare because everybody's got eyes on the ball. So you have to transfer from eyes on the ball to eyes on man on scramble. So if you just hang out back there, there's going to be wide open dudes everywhere. So the panic attack that goes in on cover 2 scramble, that was always one of the things that came up the most. And they had a critical error on that one.
You just stay out of cover 2 sometimes?
No, these things stay out of that. And we're going to get to that. Okay. Here's the deal here. Colorado State, end of the game. 23 and a hook. They were underdogs. 23 and a hook, 98 yards, like a minute 40 to go.
240.
No, I don't think it was that
or
much.
203.
You sure?
I think it was less than that.
I think it's under a minute. Pretty sure it's under a minute. But anyway.
No, it was 204.
Okay. So anyway, they went 4-man rush, Tampa 2 every snap. They went 4-man rush, Tampa 2 every snap.
Colorado State did.
So this is a time to have an exotic package. You have creepers. Creepers is an exotic way to rush 4 people. It looks like you're in a zero pressure, different things. All of a sudden, make it harder on them. You have that fire zone. That's rush 5, 3 under, 3 deep. Change up. They ran a fire zone the series before and got a sack. Don't change it up of any sort like that. You have hot coverage, kind of invented a little bit by Michigan State and Narduzzi. And Pitt, rush 6. You play 2 under, 3 deep, eyes on ball.
2 under, 3
2 under, 3 deep. It's called hot coverage. Okay.
Throw that out.
5-man. You have a 5-man pressure. Man across the board, one high, 1 free. You can rush 6, still have 1 high, but peel the back. Another way to attack them for us.
Can you make all those moves when it's such a freak show, though?
It's easy to make all these moves. They're all in your package like that.
Okay.
You have a +1 blitz. Or also you have quarters. Quarters means I have bodies on bodies. So a like cover 2, Tampa 2 is like a 2-3 zone in basketball.
Got it.
Quarters is matchup man.
Okay.
So it's zone.
Now you're
matchup
talking
man.
words.
So now you're putting bodies. Now there's weaknesses to everything. when you're playing quarters, the corner's going to be alone out there by himself. But you have bodies on everybody. And then how you call it, how I was trained to call it, and did it, is you can play a little conservative. They didn't drop 8. They rushed 4, played Tampa 2 with it. And what they could have done, obviously, but once the ball crosses the 50, let's go. Let's go. Turn it up a little bit like that. Let's go make a play. That'd be the first thing I'd have said if I was Jay Norvell to the coordinators. Like, go win the game. Go play.
To the defense.
Yeah, let him go play, man. Let him go. Let's not be. They had to score. Back. They had to score 8. Had to score 8. Let him go play and see if he can put some pressure. And here's the other thing that was I thought was and obviously Jay's a great friend, a huge coaching error. They lined up in Trey, which is 2-5 techniques, 2 outside defensive ends, and then 2 guys outside the guard. So no one in either A gap. Okay, no one at that. They were starting a true freshman at center. Their starting center for Colorado was out. I would have been covered the nose up. I would have made, and if you go one-on-one, if you go a 5-man look right there, the center's all by himself. He's all by himself. They can only help him with a running back.
Right.
That's it. They never lined up over the top of it.
Should have hammered that freshman.
Yeah, I'd have been like making this freshman on snaps and everything. So he's snapping the ball, and there's no one over the top of him. And
okay, question.
Yeah.
On that Tampa 2, is it Colorado just working in the middle of the field? Is that what you do on a Tampa 2?
Absolutely. And then here's what else.
And they did.
Yeah. Here's what else, and that Shedeur Sanders did really well. He took the game on himself and took off. He's like, so once he had boom, 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 took off, took off. He
doesn't run very often either.
So everyone's back in coverage or at that. And there's not like this miracle answer, but how you have. When you go to this time for us right there, you have all these different things in your package.
But you can't let them go 98. You can't
just can't go. And then and also like that or go play. Now, I'm not running a 0 blitz when they have 98 yards to go or someone could pop and just go to the house.
Right.
No, that's dumb.
Right.
But at some point in time, let's live a little bit.
Yeah.
What? Yeah, Bill. On that drive, were they ever challenged at all offensively? Like,
no. That's
there was no pressure ever. They did everything they wanted to.
And then I never also saw. And also remember at the time, true freshman center, not covered up, and their best receiver close to him, Hunter, is out of the game.
Travis Hunter, knocked out.
He got speared.
And there was a couple times in man coverage where Colorado State looked fine. It wasn't like, oh man, we can't do this. We can't do this. And so I was just disappointed in like that. But smart coach, good coaching, bad coaching, man, when you have a 0 blitz on and you don't get out of it when they ID it, great job by Nebraska. And then same thing on the scramble rules in cover 2. And I know, Sip, you've went over those several times with me on those. What your thoughts
He's the
on
expert.
that?
Tampa 2 expert over
Then
here.
the end of game
Steve
scenario.
Simple.
A lot of this was covered in street football.
Yes, this is also
in
the street.
In Columbus.
Car. Head.
Hey, by the way, as we close out Bill's Thrills here, sponsored by Mid-Plains Advisors, on Saturday, Bill, Saturday at the pregame show, I forget his name. There was somebody here from Golden, Colorado. I think it was Andrew. His son was here. His son had a broken arm. And he said, please tell Bill that my son took the advice to play football in the street and broke his arm. Got hit by a car.
That happens. Oh,
got hit by a car. No.
Now, he did get
lucky he only had a broken arm.
He did get hit by a car. It was before you had your segment, and he was playing football on the street.
Okay.
I'm sticking with it. Here's what I'm going to say. Yeah, that happens.
It ran him.
And be better.
Yeah.
Avoid the car.
Avoid the car.
Yeah, avoid the car. That's part of it.
Andrew, your son, we hope he gets better. But
yeah, we want him to get better. Yes,
but we tell him, go back and play once you're
go
healthy.
back and
don't quit.
No. You don't
quit.
If someone gets injured, you go right back.
You got to keep playing.
I mean, bull rider gets tossed. What's he do?
Gets right back on
it. So get him back out, taking it to the street. Yeah. The Doobie Brothers.
That's right. That is Bill's Thrills, sponsored by our friends Dirk, Scott, and Ty at Mid-Plains Advisors, the ATMs of Lincoln.
ATM. Remember what show it was? That the Doobie Brothers did live like a cameo. Then one guy's like, which Doobie you be?
That's beautiful.
More next for the break of the ticket.
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
Acres, your John Deere dealer, is offering hot financing on all new compact tractors. For a limited time, get 0% interest for 84 months when you buy any new John Deere compact tractor. And with a variety of attachments, you'll make quick work of chores around your acreage. From mowing to grading and moving large loads, Acres has a John Deere tractor to handle your toughest projects. Don't delay. Visit your local Acres store to take advantage of this great offer. Acres, solutions for every field. Offer expires September 30th, 2023, subject to approved credit with John Deere Financial.
Tune in to 93.7 The Ticket as soon as the clock hits 0 for the Jay Foreman postgame show. Listen to expert analysis from the Husker Hall of Famer, an 8-year NFL veteran, for 90 minutes after the game. The Jay Foreman postgame show, sponsored by Tanner's Bar and Grill, Vinny Creekat, and Action Plumbing, Heating, AC, and Electrical on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
There's nothing quite like the Mercado by Certified Piedmontese Beef. The Mercado offers unique ingredients you can't find anywhere else, open every day from 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. The full-service butcher shop and retail store is wonderful for meat lovers with their exclusive Certified Piedmontese Beef and assorted sausages, plus other quality meats, including pork, chicken, and a wide range of the freshest seafood. Plus, every Friday from 11 to 2, the Mercado serves up the best lunch in town on their Friday Feast menu. Stop in at the Mercado today at 84th and Havelock or visit their website at cpmercado.com to see current deals. Working at Continental in Lincoln isn't a job, it's a career. And right now, they've raised wages again, and they're hiring for production operators at $24.62 per hour, which grows to $28.97 per hour within 3 years. Skilled trade positions now start at $33.36 per hour, with opportunities to make more based on certifications. Continental also has salary jobs available and great benefits, plus medical and prescription costs at very low premiums. Dental, vision, and life insurance are offered at no premium cost to the associates, with increased bonuses and vacation for new hires. To learn more or apply, go to continentaljobs.com with keyword Lincoln. Come work at Continental today.
Discover the difference that expertise and experience can make in your real estate journey with Next Ag Appraisal and Realty. Whether you need an appraisal, sales, or farm management, Next Ag comes up with a solution with your legacy and goals in mind. Next Ag isn't just their name, it's your future. So why wait? Visit their website today at www.nextagrealestate.com or give them a call at 402-380-0432 and turn your dreams into reality. Your land, your legacy, their solutions. Next Ag Appraisal and Realty.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up. Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197. Attention all Wings fans. 89-cent wings are back on Tuesdays at Buffalo Wings and Rings in Lincoln. Enjoy the best wings in town for boneless or traditional at a price that makes the whole family happy. And now at the Williamsburg Village Wings and Rings, you can enjoy $1.50 tall boys in Bud Light, Coors Light, Busch Light, and Michelob Ultra every day after 7 p.m. and all day on Sundays. Get to Wings and Rings today and make sure to stop by on Tuesdays for 89-cent wings. If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
Tailored Lights is your go-to local manufacturer and installer of the best landscape lighting. Tailored Lights is excited to highlight the architecture of your home or business and provide a warm environment that feels safe. And for those outside the Lincoln area, they do ship across the country and are happy to work with anyone near or far with lights anywhere from 18 inches to 110 inches. Enhance your curb appeal with an exquisite tailored light today. Call 402-432-2572 or go to tailoredlights.com. If you're not going to Memorial Stadium for a home game and don't have any travel plans for away games, there's a great place in Omaha to catch the action, the Inner Rail Food Hall. There's plenty of space. The Backstretch Bar has amazing game specials on game days. $15 Blue Moon and Bud Light pitchers, $6 margaritas, and $6 Moscow Mules. And if you're hungry, take in some of their great options from their game day pizza specials. Do football game day right in the Inner Rail Food Hall in Exarban Village in Omaha.
Repeat after me. I will not touch the fuse box.
I will probably not touch the fuse box.
Sip, do you remember what happened last time?
Yeah, I remember.
What happened?
Half of the city block lost power.
And?
My chicken condo went haywire.
That's right. The chickens ran wild. So what do we do instead?
Call Joe at Ambition Electric and let him handle everything. Look, saved on speed dial.
Ambition Electric, 402-217-3415 or online at ambitionelectric.com.
This
good morning, little brother.
is Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. Weekday mornings from 6 to 8 on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
We will save NFL winners and losers again as we do. We'll do it tomorrow.
Yeah,
but
do it tomorrow.
can I give you a quick stat real quick on something? I was
Please.
just talking to our producer, our wonderful Josh over here.
Josh.
Our wonderful Josh.
Josh is a
He's watching the Cubs fall out of race.
Well, speaking
Fast.
of
There's a
falling,
breaker cruising by.
We need more breakers, by the way.
But yeah, where are the
you?
breakers? Okay. Josh is a Chicago Bears fan.
Oh.
The Bears have lost 12 straight games. They've lost 12 straight football games.
The Bears, Dicka.
And they will be up teaser. They'll be in the losers tomorrow.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
giving you an early loser on the 5, and it'll be the Chicago Bears. But they've lost 12 straight games.
I got a
That's
question.
the way it is. Yeah, what do you got, Sip?
It doesn't, I'm not going to, this is not, I don't want to do, well, Bill, could you just say head scratcher real fast?
Ooh. Head scratcher.
What is, if you look at the scores, I'm looking at the newspaper right now, Far West, Portland State 91, North American Stallion 0.
What
What's the North American Stallion? Is there
Also,
something I
Portland
don't know?
State give up 80 to
Oregon.
To Oregon. That tells you the difference in what was going on out there.
Who are the North American
That
Stallions?
has to be a club team.
Club team.
I've never heard
Has
of
to
that
be a club
university.
team.
What are we doing?
Yeah.
Anyway, okay.
We
What-
also, we're
let's
kind of
talk
sad
on-
we haven't had many breakers by. It's by the way, tons of breakers watching and listening. We know that you're out there. It's probably your morning routine is just kind of getting going. But if you're able to, we want to see you stop by the window out front, come inside, have a coffee. You see somebody, Bill?
No, but look who's coming. What truck? What's the name on this truck coming up here?
I can't see it yet.
It's coming.
Oh
It's
my
coming.
God. Gaina.
Gaina Trucking,
Yes.
one of our proud sponsors
Just
of Early
cruised
Break.
by.
Look
There
at the
he
big
goes.
dude. Look at the big dude driving.
Yeah,
that
he was
thing.
a man's man.
That's
He's
a
a
man's
dude.
man
Yeah,
right
he's a
there. It's a
dude,
guy.
yeah.
It's a
We
guy
haven't
right there.
seen a drone either. Nothing.
No drone
We've
today.
had no drone.
No drone.
I thought we were going to have to hire drone security.
Yes.
Mass
we
How
got
do
a
we
drone.
look? How do we look in the video?
We look good.
Do we?
We look good.
Do we?
We look good. Yep.
Nice.
Do we?
Okay, before we get to the game show, now quickly back to you want to talk Nebraska here?
Yeah,
Sip, or
I
not?
think we should keep on Nebraska.
Okay.
This is a Nebraska show. It's not
well,
Colorado.
Nebraska
show.
plays-
People are sick of Colorado.
Nebraska plays Louisiana Tech this Saturday. They're right now a 22-point favorite I saw against Louisiana Tech. The early
Just
spread.
22, not 22 and a hook.
I think it's just 22.
Just 22 flat.
That's right.
I
Last
would
time
say
checked.
I would say this for Nebraska, like we talked all the time. Hope is just one hope, right? Great hope and still winning the Big Ten West. They have one game coming up against Michigan.
Okay.
Who's not a high.
Here we
look
go.
at the schedule.
Now, here we
and
go.
Look what they're doing.
This is where Josh pays off.
Every game.
This is where
every
Josh-
game. Every game's is they'll be beside the Michigan game. They will be either favored or maybe 3-point underdogs.
This is where research by Josh
Yes.
pays off. You
Yes.
got to think about this. Somebody pointed this out to me yesterday. I can't remember who. Nebraska's got a good defense. We've established that, right? Nebraska's got a good defense. They're going to play a schedule where there's a lot of challenged offenses. These these offenses that they're coming up against, guys, aren't loaded. I mean, Louisiana Tech's 58th in the country.
The quarterback went down. Bachmeier got hurt in that game.
Yeah.
Against North Texas.
Even Michigan is not rolling up big numbers. They're 61st nationally in total offense against a weak schedule. Illinois
horrible schedule.
Yeah. Okay. Horrible schedule. Illinois is very challenged offensively. Altmaier threw a bunch of picks. Luke Altmaier threw a bunch of picks.
Four picks.
They're 87th. Northwestern is 125th.
Yeah.
Purdue is 65th. Michigan State is 78th. Now Maryland can put up points, but they played a pretty bad schedule too. Wisconsin, they're all right on offense. They're not great.
No.
And Iowa's 119. Now, this is a schedule that if you have a good defense,
Nebraska does.
What I'm suggesting is I think Nebraska's going to be in just about every game.
Totally agree.
I said they'll be either favorites or 3-point underdogs, all except for probably Michigan. That's probably going to be like a 10-point game or something.
And as you say, Michigan plays small ball, right?
Yeah. So there's a great chance you're going into the fourth quarter in the game within striking
But
distance
this
to win the game.
defense, I think this Farley Terrell
5.53.
He it's not a top 25 defense, and I'm not selling it that way. Now I don't from there though, where'd he go? I think it's a top 50 defense. Is it a top 40 defense? Is it a top 30 defense? I don't know. It's a pretty good defense. It seems reliable to me.
Absolutely.
Because you know why? Because they have depth. They do have depth. It's not like, man, if they lose this guy, they're done. No, it's not that situation.
No.
Now you got to watch Lenhart, that injury. Lenhart went down early and didn't come back in, but he was on the sideline dressed trying to get back in. So I don't know if that's I wouldn't characterize that as a bad injury, but it's definitely something to watch because he's one of your more athletic big men.
Yeah, Cam Lenhart was phenomenal against Colorado. 2 sacks in that game. You hate to lose him if there is an injury there, but
well, I don't think you're going to lose him, Jake.
Okay.
I mean, you might lose him for a game. It sounds like.
Can we get one fun fact? Just we're off in Nebraska. Back to CU, Colorado State.
CU, Colorado.
CSU had 17 penalties. They had 9 personal fouls. 9.
17 penalties.
One time,
one of those was spearing Travis Hunter on the sideline.
One time they went back to back. The same guy went with face mask, personal foul, targeting next play. He went 30 yards in back to back.
Personal foul penalties.
187 yards of penalties. Now Colorado was penalized 10 times in that game. But
that's insane.
Yeah,
9 personal fouls.
Jay Norvell was not happy with the officiating. He thought it was one-sided.
I didn't see a lot where I was looking at going like, that's a horrible call.
I didn't
either. I didn't see it. I was like, that was horrible.
You know what's interesting to me that Jay's team had 17 penalties because Jay is not a renegade coach. I mean, not that all renegade coaches have penalty problems, but he's a very buttoned up person. So I thought his program would be a little more buttoned up than I saw. The players, I imagine, got caught up in that scene a little bit.
So yes, I'll bring that up. But let's go back to the Huskers.
Okay.
Can we do that real quick?
Right,
okay, before the game show, I have a quote. I have a quote from Matt Rule to play. I played several so far.
Do it.
Here's Matt Rule. I'm not going to give you the tease. We're going to listen to it.
Okay, great.
Think back to me talking in preseason. I was always pretty confident about, people would ask me about the D line, and I said, I think we're going to be okay. And I was always pretty confident. But, those guys have played a lot of football. Mike Dawson's I've known Dawson a long time. He's a heck of a football coach. Chenanders, actually, Barrett Root, those guys are really good football coaches. So they played for really good coaches, and they know football, and they played a lot of football. So now you got Luke Reimer out there. He knew one scheme, and now he just kind of changes it. And they went through that change. Bill Busch is an unbelievable football coach. They played for some great coaches, and now they're coming in. It's a different scheme, but like tackling's tackling, running the ball's running to the ball. This isn't me I told our team this, and I think our team agrees. We have excellent players on the trade teams and the scout teams. We got Demetrius Bell and Quentin Ives. These guys are going to be unbelievable Huskers someday. So I think we practice really competitively. But I thought early on that the defense was going to be really tough to deal with. But we haven't even hit we had one Big Ten game. There's a lot more to be seen. We got to get better this week.
Shout out Bill Busch from Matt Rule.
It was nice of him, and I think Nebraska fans appreciate that Rule does that. That he doesn't.
I do too. You have to.
You don't have to.
I'm saying Nebraska fans have to appreciate that. So Nebraska
he doesn't
fans
have to
appreciate
do that because I've seen other coaches that don't do that.
Sure.
So I do think there's some class there, and then the other thing he does is he acknowledges that there's dudes on this team.
Mm-hmm.
This is not a train wreck, and I think that's why there was some pressure on this in this game because this isn't a team that should be 0-3. It's not. Especially against a team like Northern Illinois. So when we say that, now Farley, guys say, come on, Sip, they weren't going to lose that game. Well, when you start talking like that, that does create a little bit of pressure.
It does a little bit.
A little bit.
But Coach Rule mentioned that, like he said right away when he came in, he said the first thing he looked at was the issues off the field and team GPA. And team GPA was really good.
Yeah.
And no issues off the field.
3.1 GPA.
That means you have a chance.
Culture's all right.
That means you're okay at that. It was very kind words of him to say. I appreciate him saying that. My name was mentioned in there. Appreciate it very, very much. At the same time, I'm not coaching those guys. And so I don't want to put myself like, I need some credit on this. And I thought, but
I know you're not.
it was very kind of him right there. But those guys are doing a great job. That staff's doing a great job of having those guys doing it in the right places and doing a really good job.
God bless that defense.
Yep.
I mean, they were playing defense last year, though. I mean,
they got confidence back. They got lined up properly, and everything's good to go.
Yeah, it's a carryover, and now you've added some guys that they added some guys that are pretty good, and then there's some guys that develop. Jake, you always talk about development.
I do,
and you can't. So when we do that, you have to acknowledge development. There's players that have developed. Bayer has developed. Micaiah Bayer.
Oh God, yeah,
is a development. Is a story of development. Polar Bear is a story of development.
Hell yeah.
I mean, I would say Gunnarson's that. Well, any of those guys that are out there really have developed into, those guys have developed into good players. Singleton, come on, developed. He developed into a player. Kind of on and on. You don't think Gifford's developed?
Oh, he has.
Yeah.
Everyone.
So it happens. I really get sort of annoyed by people say that man, Nebraska doesn't develop players. Yeah, they do.
They look a lot better now.
How many more examples do I have to give you? I mean,
they've gotten better.
Yeah. Now I wish I could give you a few more on the offensive side, but there's some of that too.
Let's play the game show. Give us a call right now at 402-464-5685. Your chance to win a business box of bagels to Bagels and Joe. The phone line, I believe, is up and running. We checked it out. We did have a call earlier. We did not take. We were talking too much, so we didn't get to it. But Josh, if you can,
Gain a trucking.
We'll get Gain a trucking.
They're everywhere.
They're working.
They pay a lot of money to drive for them.
Today's topic is NFL player colleges. What schools do these guys go to in the current day NFL? Not the 80s,
NFL.
not the 90s.
Yeah, not AFL.
Right now.
Okay.
What
would have a better chance
schools did these players go to?
What schools? Is it schools or NFL teams?
I'm going to give you the player, his position, and his team. What college did he go to? It is very simple.
Should be very close on this, but Jake's going to make it so miserable because he enjoys it that no one can answer
I
the
enjoy
questions,
pain,
right?
don't
It's
I?
like the Rick Heyman question that I get every day.
Calculus for Bill.
Spell Farfignugan.
I'm sorry, Jake. That's pretty
and
easy.
sip your question. Say the word what?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. 464-5685. Shut up, simple. Starts right now.
We've all been there. You're listening to the radio, and then that rage starts to grow inside of you. It starts to consume you. It gets to a point where you just want to yell, "Shut up, Sipple!" No, sorry. I'm sorry. Well, here's your chance. It's time to shut up, Sipple. Call now to play. 464-5685. Shut up, Sipple. Brought to you by Bagels and Joe.
All right, 464-5685. Call the Dicktown Sip and Trivia. 6-5 is the record. We missed a couple games because of moved in on Friday with Labor Day. We had another Monday show. We didn't do it last week. You guys feel okay about this? NFL player colleges? Brett, how do you feel about NFL player colleges today? Ooh. Can you hear me, Brett? Yeah?
Got it.
Brett? Okay.
Nice.
You guys can still
Our
hear me.
first
Got it,
show
Jake.
in the new studio.
Jake,
Boom.
you got him.
All right, Brett.
I was in the dark till now.
Yeah.
You just brought me in.
All right, Brett.
Thank
First
you.
question goes to you. Here we go.
What's the subject?
NFL player colleges. Brett, you tell me what schools these guys went to. Bill is a lifeline for SIP for one question, as always. First question is for you. What school did Giants quarterback Daniel Jones go to?
Got it.
Brett, this is for you. 5 seconds, Brett. Daniel Jones, college.
BYU.
Simple laugh.
He laughed at Brett.
Why did you laugh?
Well, you better have it because he laughed at Brett. Steal it, Stipple.
He's a dookie.
He is a dookie. Duke Blue Devils, by the way, 3-0.
That's
start.
right.
They beat
Who's that coach?
That's Mike Elko. Mike
Elko, not Elkhart.
They beat Northwestern
Elko.
38-14 on Saturday. 3-0 start for Duke. All right, Sip, first question. What school did Jets wide receiver Randall Cobb go to?
Oh, he's a ball. Tennessee.
Look at Bill's face. Look at Bill's face. He is disgusted, as he should be. Brett, do you want that one or not? Randall Cobb.
He should have got that if he got Duke. Kentucky.
We've got 2 steals so far.
Does Dad play at Tennessee?
I don't know. but you had a very confident answer, was incorrect. Back to Brett. For the lead, Brett, last question. What school did Raiders wide receiver Devontae Adams go to?
5.
I think it was in Arizona.
3.
5. 4.
Gosh.
3.
Let's go Arizona.
He's not a Wildcat.
I'm going to steal that.
Yeah, I'm going to let Bill do this.
I'm going to steal this. Feel pretty good about it. Fresno State.
Brilliant.
Hey,
Just so you
look
know,
at that.
Look at. I wrote down 2.
Look at that. He's like,
Fresno
give me this
or
one.
MSU.
Bill's like, you're not taking this one. I got this one. You missed. You
Cobb
missed
was
Randall
unbelievable.
Cobb. All right, Sip for the win. You're out. Bill's out of play, but you're up 2-1 for the win.
Wait a second. Let me dig in here.
You're on your own. What school did Ravens running back Gus Edwards go to? This is for Sip for the win. I think Brett has a wild child in the house. Getting a little angry.
Yeah, I had a couple of them.
Okay. Sip. Gus Edwards, school, please.
Gus Edwards.
Bill, can I help you? But he could.
I could, because I recruited him.
Well, don't tease it. All right, 5 seconds.
Now, is that a hint?
It could be 5.
I'm going to go with the Georgia Bulldogs.
It's
All right. Brett, you need to have this one. Give me a guess. Where did he go to school? Gus Edwards.
Ohio.
Bill Busch, where did Gus Edwards go to school?
Rutgers, transfer from Miami. I recruited him.
He's
to
a
Rutgers.
Scarlet Knight, is what he is.
How's he doing in the NFL?
He started for the Ravens because Dobbins got hurt. He had a
Yeah.
good game yesterday. A couple touchdowns for the Ravens.
Yeah, no,
So-
that's a
he is-
victory, though.
And he is a great dude.
That's a
He
victory,
is a
though.
the
great
Gus
dude.
bust.
7-5. Can you hey,
Oh,
Josh?
sorry. No. You're
We
8
tweet
and
that
5.
out.
You're 8 and 5. I'm
We
sorry.
tweet
You were
that
8
out.
and 5.
Yeah.
You were
Tweet that
7
out.
and 5
8 and
last
5.
time.
Hey, Josh, can you
Hey,
make
he's
a
8
board back
He's
there?
8 and 5.
Josh,
It's
make
8.
a board back in that room, keeping track of this, keeping track of the record.
Thank you to Brett for calling in. We'll give him a bagel of
Yeah,
coffee. He can call him
we
down
got.
the
Hey,
road.
Josh, that's part of the transition now. We're 8 and 5.
Yeah.
And we're getting to the range of a good bowl.
Yeah, you guys are trending upward.
Like we're playing in like Capital One.
Yeah.
I want to go to Capital One Bowl.
You want to go back to Tampa? Or is
Yeah,
that Orlando?
Capital One's Orlando.
Yeah, Orlando.
Orlando.
The other one, it's way better to go to.
That's where Florida State whipped LSU, and you heard the tomahawk chop. You hear that?
Yeah.
Do it again.
No,
Do it
I'm not
again.
ready. I'm not ready.
All right. Okay.
I'm not ready.
When we come back, we'll have the spillover with Raf and AD and early break on the ticket.
Now, what are we talking?
You're listening to Early Break with Steve Sipple, Jake Sorensen, and Bill Busch on 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
If you struggle with joint pain, there's good news. You don't need surgery to get back to full health. South Point Medical and Aesthetics offers breakthrough non-surgical options for treatment of moderate to severe joint pain. Our patients experience little to no downtime from our procedures, and the results are remarkable. They've had 14 years of successful treatments with patients from 35 states because of an effective word-of-mouth traffic. Learn more about how you can get lasting results for joint pain today at southpointmedical.com or call 402-323-8400.
All right, Rico, let's do the final checklist before we head out. We have a lot of people coming to the tailgate today. I'm ready. Burgers? Check. Chips? Check. Icy cold beer? Check. Except this one. I'm forgetting something. Wait a second. Where's the Führer's cheese spread? I can't stop eating it. Rico, relax. I always pack extra. It's the biggest hit of the tailgate.
For the best appetizer, party dip, and tailgate snack, load up on Führer's cheese spread today. Found in most local grocery stores.
Rashawn Jackson here for Bauer Infrastructure, a veteran-owned local company proudly serving Lincoln, Lancaster County, and the surrounding areas. Bauer provides quality work at an affordable price, and they're growing rapidly. If you want to experience a career with a fast-paced, family-friendly environment, visit BauerInfrastructure.com. They have top-of-the-line benefits, year-round work, even through the winter. Bauer, usher in the new era of infrastructure to an area near you. And as always, go Big Red.
If you're in Seward or Milford, listen up.
Select Plumbing is now servicing your area with no trip charges from Lincoln. Select Plumbing works on a variety of issues for your home and business, including general plumbing, water heaters, faucet and fixture repair, underground sewer and water repairs, backflow testing, and more. Keep your property free from leaks and other issues. Call today for a free estimate, 402-560-6197. It's not just Lincoln, Waverly, and the surrounding area anymore. It's also Seward and Milford with no trip charges. Contact Select Plumbing to inquire at 402-560-6197.
If your home water doesn't taste right, look right, or smell right, just call Bryant for the solution to your water problem. Call 467-1111. Bryant Air Conditioning, Heating, Electrical, and Plumbing.
Summer is winding down, but there's no reason to put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Sign up today for 9-hole leagues this fall, any day from Monday to Friday, starting on September 25th. Check out their deals on monthly memberships and schedule your Husker watch parties, birthday or bachelor parties, corporate and team outings, or just a good old Saturday with the boys. That's all at Double Eagle Golf inside the Kinetic Sports Complex on West O Street. Call today at 402-742-0140.
Our Remington Homes has really expanded and taken off in the last 5 years.
Bob Benish of Aspen Builders, talking about their exciting new division, Remington Homes, which makes the home building process easier and more affordable.
The exciting thing about a Remington home is you get to choose your floor plan from predetermined floor plans. You can select your options. We give you a lot of choices. By selecting certain floor plans, they're just easier to build. And you couple that with our great lot selection in all different areas. People do not want to be married to their house payment. They want to get a nice house with nice finishes in a great area for an affordable price. And that's what Remington Homes are all about.
Home building is easier with a Remington home from Aspen Builders at 423-6811. Online at remingtonlincoln.com. remingtonlincoln.com.
When it comes to tackling your fall projects, having the right equipment can make a huge difference. At Sunbelt Rentals, they have an extensive line of tools and equipment to help complete any job. From lawn and landscape equipment to hand tools, pressure washers, portable generators for you tailgaters, and much more. Sunbelt Rentals makes it easy to get what you need when you need it. Drop in to see the experts at 5450 Alvo Road in Lincoln, or visit sunbeltrentals.com today to learn how Sunbelt Rentals can make it happen for you.
A lot of businesses say that they're family focused, but when tough situations in life arise, the business feels anything but for your best interests. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring, and they will always treat their employees like family, as they do with customers. James Enterprise Incorporated is hiring Class A and B CDL drivers, a shop tech, and diesel mechanic. If you're looking for a career with a company that goes above and beyond to value you and your family, apply today at jamesenterpriseinc.com or call 402-432-6740.
Houses? They're expensive. And once you buy one, you're kind of stuck with it for a while. You need to make sure you get your best house for the best price. You need Ben Bleicher and his team of pros at Professional Realty Group. They'll take the time to figure out what's important for you in your dream home, and they have the expertise to find the hidden issues that could surprise you after the sale. That's professional knowledge, proactive service. We call that potential. Ben Bleicher and the team at Professional Realty Group of Berkshire Hathaway's home service ambassador. Find more online at prg-ne.com.
We're on the air.
Back.
Well, party's starting early today, isn't it?
To more of Early Break with Sip and Jay, brought to you by Gaina Trucking. On 93.7 The Ticket and theticketfm.com.
It is time for the spillover with Raf and AD, sponsored by our friends at South Point Medical and Aesthetics. Gentlemen, good to see you. AD, your first time with us in this new studio.
You know, with all of you guys, yeah.
Yes.
Saturday morning, like Saturday afternoon, before me and after the pregame kind of our segment, but that was the first time, and this is the first one in the morning. Yeah,
you were on the mic on Saturday.
Yep.
So you know what this place is all about.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
Yeah, it sounds really good. We're in the, I wouldn't say we're in the heart of downtown, but we're close enough.
It's close enough.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Raph,
God bless you.
Thank you.
We're gonna talk college football here, but I got one thing real quick. You guys didn't watch NFL.
Oh,
probably.
why not? Let's talk about it.
Can I tell you a heartbreaking way to lose a football game? Sip, you're not gonna believe this.
I know this. I know what happened. To Denver. I do know what
the Denver Broncos led the Commanders 21-3. They looked dominant in the first half. Dominant first half. I'm like, okay,
Wrath. Oh,
okay, but here's the deal. They fall behind. They get a field goal to make it 35-27. Now they have the ball, and they're at the midfield with one chance at a Hail Mary. Okay, let's chuck it up there at home game, see what happens. Wilson gets away, throws it up there, gets tipped 3 times.
Tip ball.
Caught by Brandon Johnson in the end zone. All right, now we need a 2-point conversion to win the game or to tie the game, go to overtime. Okay. Incomplete pass, potential pass interference in the end zone.
Was it a pass interference?
Potential?
Was that PI?
That was potential?
So Raph has, he's feeling, okay, 21-3, I feel great. Then he feels terrible because they fall behind. Then he feels great because the Hail Mary, and then rip your heart out with a no 2-point conversion.
Oh, yeah, it was PI in the end zone.
The Broncos are so tortured. They're tortured like the Bears, man.
I mean,
I'm sorry.
That they were in this situation. They shouldn't have been in the situation.
Right.
Because they didn't. The second half was a complete. What was it? I was going like 32-3 or something. They didn't deserve to be there. The Hail Mary was lucky. I mean, I was grateful it happened. But then
just ripped it out.
But then at the end of the game, I mean, yes, it was pass interference. But then you're thinking to yourself, Denver completely. I mean, the defense went away. I mean, that was kind of the staple of Denver for the last couple of years.
What happened to defense in the second half?
Fell apart.
Did Randy make any plays?
He had a sack.
He did have a sack in that game.
Randy Gregory made a play.
But they're just not getting no pressure on the quarterback or enough pressure. And it was ugly. Go Broncos.
Washington, I'm going to tell you something. They didn't do anything fancy yesterday.
No.
Even to get back in the game, they were running the ball right between the tackles.
Were they? You watching that?
Brian Robinson, the running back.
They were running the ball right
Robinson.
through the tackles. It was nothing fancy. It seemed like that Denver just got away from what got them the lead in the first place. It's almost like they started playing conservative.
Was it worse than the Giants? Was it worse than the Giants Cardinals?
Hey, the Giants won the game.
That was
Giants were down 20-0 and 28-7.
28-7.
Still won the game in regulation
and came back and beat Cardinals.
And crushed them. I mean, it was just like we were watching the game. It was like, vroom, vroom.
Any word on Saquon though?
He's got an MRI. We'll see what happens today.
Yeah.
He's always hurt, unfortunately. He has a great running back, but he's hurt too often.
If it's a high ankle sprain, that's 8 weeks. Man, 8 weeks.
Okay, we'll get to the NFL more tomorrow. Nebraska beats Northern Illinois 35-11. Heinrich Harburg was good in the game. Defense, of course, was great again for the Huskers. The Huskies had under 100 yards going into the final drive of that game. Under 100 total yards before the final drive. The question this week's going to be, is there a quarterback controversy at Nebraska? AD?
I don't think there's much of a controversy. I think you just got to make a decision. Who's going to be your guy out there? Do you play both? I think the way that Heinrich played, you definitely have to keep him in that. I'm not saying keep him in the conversation. He needs to be a strong part of that conversation. Of course, he goes back to the old unwritten rule in football. You don't lose your position due to injury.
All right. Sometimes you do, though.
Yeah, I understand that aspect of it.
It happens.
But when somebody's playing that, Nebraska's not in a position to where we can be exotic and say we're going to do this. No, who's going to not turn the ball over?
There you go. Now, this sort of game against Louisiana Tech does afford you the opportunity to play both, I think, and not suffer too much, which I'd be tempted to do if I were a coach here. Just roll them both out there and make them earn.
Okay, but if Sims is healthy, who gets the first start? Who's starting the game?
That's the question, Jake. I don't know.
I think you grade him out in practice.
Yeah,
you grade him out this week in practice. You make it even.
Yeah,
and just simply say, okay, who grades the best will start. Both you will most likely play.
Right.
But we're going to grade out who's going to start by this week's practice.
And then the wild card, of course, in that conversation is Sims' health. We don't know where he's at right
True.
now. So there's some variables that make
most
the discussion kind of tricky.
He won't be 100%.
A hundo?
No, not one hundo.
Hundo. See, no
100. All right, that'll do it for us.
That's it.
The drive. It is. We're out of time. We're out of time.
We tried to extend the show, and Jake won't let us.
It's not true. The drive with Raph AD is next for Steve Sipple and Bill Busch. I'm Jake Sorensen. See you.
We're just getting going. But
there's no reason to put your golf clubs away. Double Eagle Golf makes golf leagues and events possible year-round. Sign up today for 9-hole leagues this